we're live. There we go, yep. Welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Following our band of adventurers who don't know how to meet their objectives.
Hey, we deliver a lot of packages.
That's true. So just a quick recap. This is a recently formed group of adventurers. They were hired by Volothamp Gadarn to find his friend Floon, who had been missing for a couple days. And they have set out on that quest. They have collected some information. They found someone else, Renair Neverember, who was also wrapped up in the whole ordeal. They found themselves in the midst of a gang war between the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild. They've done a bunch of shopping, and now they have finally found their way into the sewers and have presumably come upon the Xanathar Guild hideout where they think Floon may have been taken.
So, question for the DM. Since we got that objective, how many days has passed?
How many days have passed? So you received that. It was you started on the night of the 19th of chess, and it was probably like early morning, like 2 a.m. the next day when you met Velo.
Mm-hmm.
And it is currently, so that would have been on the 20th, very early. It is currently the 21st. And it's later.
We only have one long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not too bad.
You took a long rest immediately after receiving the quest. You spent one day at the Zentarum warehouse. Well, you delivered a bunch of packages. You talked to some people, and then you went to the warehouse.
Yep.
And then you went to bed again that night. And then, yeah, the next day was spent exploring the sewers and shopping. And then going back into the sewers.
Okay.
So now it's probably early afternoon. All right.
It's not as bad as I thought.
And
It's been 10 days.
So when we left off in the sewer.
Yep. And is there anything else you guys want to resolve before we just jump back into where we were?
No, I think we're...
I would like to say really fast to cover the conversation we were having right before we went live, that it helps if I'm watching the actual real video from tonight and not last week's video.
Yes.
Oh, is that why the sidebar UI was not there for you?
I'm playing my character's intelligence.
Hey, the RP is strong with this one.
So we probably have time just to leave the sewers and go shopping, right?
I mean,
No, a man's life is at stake.
If Dario has more packages to deliver, I mean, we got all cleaned up.
Hey.
I know we're starting to trudge through. I remember that Lindario's on my shoulders, and I think Gus and you and I are out near the front, right? As we're trying to trudge through.
Actually, if I recall, I immediately jumped off and I was moving slightly ahead of us, which I should not be doing, but I am.
Yeah. So we're trying to play catch up.
Do you have your lights out again?
Yeah.
So that way Gus can see.
For Gus?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you guys followed where you took down the baby beholder and followed the Xanathar symbols you've been following down this tunnel. It's still it's a relatively narrow sewer tunnel. It is still a couple feet deep of gross sewage water. But as you're going, you find that you seem to be going uphill a little bit, so it's slowly getting less deep as you go. Can we figure out your marching order?
I would say simple triangle. I think we would still be trying to catch up a little bit with Dan, but I would say probably, I don't know, Gus, you want right or left?
Left.
And I'll take right, and we'll have Dan about maybe 5-10 feet in front of us.
Sounds about right.
It's on my shoulders until we get to where she can walk without having to worry about walking and stuff.
I'd say There's probably not enough room to be side by side in here.
Okay.
So.
And I'll be in front of them.
Okay. So it's Dan, Gus, Nightbreeze, Lindario.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always good to have our fighter towards the back.
Obviously.
Okay.
Well, I've got the ranged on top of my shoulders, so I'm like a tank.
To be fair, that's actually a really good move. She has clear line of sight because she's well above the rest of us.
So I'm setting Dandrio as a light source, and I'm gonna say you've got some lights out in front of you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And we've got a map we can jump to.
All right.
Whooped.
And it's gonna be pitch black to begin with,
Because we're all actually dead and we don't know it.
Would you ever know that you're dead?
It depends on how much of the scotch I've had to drink.
There. You're in a sewer tunnel. And you're heading east.
Oh.
Oh.
So just zooming out a bit, you can see this tunnel goes for a ways, and you can just barely see it open up, and right now that's as far as your light source takes you. So I assume you're just marching forward.
Mm-hmm.
So we're heading east, but that would be left.
Sorry, yeah, west. Sorry.
Okay.
You're on this. Yeah, I said it backwards. I do that sometimes.
Alright, gotcha.
Sorry.
All right.
You're heading west. You are in the east. In the west.
Yep.
And by the time you got this far, I'd say from where that ladder was, you've been marching along maybe like 10 minutes. But it was rough terrain, so it was slow going at first. But yeah, by the time you got here, it's only maybe a foot deep.
Can we hear anything other than our sludging through?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
14.
14. It is kind of echoey in here. You do hear a lot of sludging through. If you pause for a moment, you can maybe hear just sounds like running water. Not much that gives you any kind of clue other than you're in a sewer.
I mean, as the water or as the sewage gets lower and lower, I would keep checking with Lynn to see if she wants to get down or whatever. She's ready, but I can still carry.
I mean, if it's only like a foot out, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I'll jump off.
Yep. And I'll just kind of continue trudging until I see a sign of something or hear something clearly in front of me.
Okay.
I'm on a mission to save a man now. It's been made very clear to me, truly, that this person's life is in danger.
So
If Lynn was put down, I would let Varys move past me. Yeah, I would let Varys past me.
Sure, so you're just gonna shuffle past each other.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. And so yeah, you can see the way ahead appears to open up a little bit, but there's like a pillar in front of it that you can't really see behind.
Yeah. So do we see like a pillar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, I'd probably, so I'll kind of stop, point out that it opens up ahead of us, and I'll look at Lynn and Gus and essentially go, hey guys, should I try and illuminate where it opens up first, or should we?
First, why don't you
Why don't I go out and take a little
drop your light to see if there's any light coming from there?
Yeah, and I can see in the dark, so I can move a little bit further up and kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, so I'll click off the lights to see if there's any other light sources up there that I might be kind of hiding.
I would say, Gus, put your hand on Dan's shoulder or something. That way, if it's too dark, you don't get lost.
Well, I'm guessing I'll just keep walking straight until I hit something.
That sounds like Gus.
Yeah. So if you turn off your spell, your lights, it just goes completely dark. There's nothing else you can see.
Okay, so there's nothing coming from up there. I'll
And
cantrip the lights back up
Yeah.
if there's nothing.
Nightbreeze wants
What are the
to
odds?
scoot around Dan and look ahead.
Yeah, I want to kind of get closer to the opening, about 5-10 feet from the opening. Sit down, or not sit down, but
Like
kind
right
of just
here.
pause and listen.
Yep.
Perception of blip, blip, blip. That would be a 22.
22. You don't hear anything more, but you can, now that you're up here, you can see there's like this little opening, and it seems kind of like the tunnel continues to the right and the left. Both of those, like the water's flowing towards the center and towards you. So like you've been going upstream.
Right.
And there seems to be like the central pillar with kind of a flow all around it. I think there's box text here I can actually read. Yeah, it's expanded into kind of a circular hub. You do notice from where you are what appears to be a little arrow slit in the wall right there. Just like kind of a hole in the wall that looks like things you've seen before, usually in a building structure where it's a defensive thing where people would fire arrows from. But it's kind of interesting to see one here in the sewer.
I would go back and tell them what I saw to include that arrow slit.
Yep. And from here, I'll say if you move up a little bit, the map is already showing it. The two passages continue north and south, and there is a stone door set into the back wall of a stone ledge to the west. So that is down here. There's a door there.
That's it. Okay.
And there's a ledge here that you could step up on.
Okay, so it's not a climb up ledge; it's a step up ledge.
Yeah, because this is only like a foot deep, and so that
Yeah.
that is up above the water level. So
Okay.
Can we tell based off the consistency of the sludge what part of the city we're under?
This is some royally good stuff. We must be.
you know that the couple points of location that you have seen have all been in the dock ward. It's where you entered, and that's where that ladder that was back behind you was also in the dock ward.
We're only like 10 minutes from the place that we came up from to check to see where we were. So I don't think we shouldn't be that far from there.
Exactly. I'll go ahead and move one ball of light to the south end of the pillar and one to the north end to try and illuminate the two walkways as best as possible.
Might want to watch that arrow slot.
Yeah, I'm going to do something that, let me double check and make sure, because I'm still running off of the fumes of last night's game. I'm going to, well, never mind, because I forgot how shields work. I could kind of pull out my shield and stand in front of Dan and tell him to kind of like crouch down to try to take some cover behind my shield while he does that, and kind of keep my eyes trained on that arrow slit.
Sounds like you're coming up like there, and are the other two of you following close behind? Or are you staying
Yeah.
back?
I'm staying back a little bit.
Staying way back.
Oh, you
up?
are? I
Yeah,
feel like Allie would move up a little further.
I'll move you up a little, like about that.
yeah.
I'll probably take my bow out and literally like take my bow and kind of like poke you in the back. That's like go on, like pushing you forward.
I can take the hint.
Do you want me to try? I mean, I don't know.
Do you want to try to put a shot through that arrow slit?
I don't know.
Do you think there's someone behind it?
I haven't heard anything, so
I mean, but
I
it
feel
doesn't
like
hurt
it would
to,
be. It would make sense that someone would be watching through.
yeah.
Yep, and with the extra light, you can see a little bit further.
okay.
But
So I will. You said the water around that pillar is still moving, or the sewage is still in motion.
Yeah,
Right?
from the top and from the bottom, that's flowing towards center and then towards the east.
I'll redirect the flow of sewage with a shape water cantrip into the arrow slit.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
So, like, as I'm sitting there, kind of like, I've got the balls kind of moving them around, and then I'm like, do you think there's someone in there? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, and just redirect a stream of sewage into the arrow slit.
Okay. There is now sewage pouring into the wall this way.
Did we hear any sort of like reaction or something like that?
You can make a perception check.
We hear gurgling.
Like, I would certainly be listening for someone.
Yeah, 18.
18. It's still difficult to hear in here. It's echoey, and there's just the water itself is making enough noise to kind of obstruct
Drown out.
anything else that might be going on.
Yeah.
And you think maybe that's kind of why this might be a good place for a secret hideout.
Mm-hmm.
So we just hear the brown water rapids.
Yeah, I'll say especially coming up closer to this intersection, you hear kind of the running water sound more. So you think maybe
because it's like really echoey and from several directions.
So you think maybe either side there might be like other pipes that are loading off into this tunnel. So there's water pouring somewhere.
Well, either way, they're distracted at the moment. So.
Yeah, I would.
Do we wanna-
tap in and let them know. I'd make a hand motion that I'm going to try to make a beeline for the ledge, and I'd go across the opening.
I think we should all do that.
Yeah.
And as soon as you fully walk into here, you notice there's another arrow slit on this side.
Oh.
Fantastic. This is where we all die. I'm going for the ledge.
You're just going over.
Dan, can you put one of your balls of light inside that hole? I would like to look through.
I can certainly try. It's up to the DM whether or not one of the dancing lights can make it through an arrow slit.
I think that they're not actually take up physical space, right? They're just magic.
Yeah, I think the thing that I'm checking is, can I move to a place that I can't reasonably at least partially see already?
Like, could you move it through a wall?
Yeah, I don't think I could move it through a wall.
But if you're looking through that hole, you should be able to send it through the hole.
I will say you would have to stop pouring water through it to put the light through it.
I think he was talking about the other one.
The other one? Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I'll say yes. You can easily do that.
Yeah, so we've got sewage pouring through the one that's on the north end, and I'll move one of the balls of light into the one that's on the southern end.
Sure.
And I just want to look through it.
Gus is moving forward.
Yeah.
Are you all, Dan? Are you moving into the space too?
I'm essentially staying. I guess I'll be right here, so I'm into the space a little bit, trying to illuminate the one and keep water going into the other one.
Sure, you can make room for Gus to get through. And Lynn, are you stepping up too?
I'll move up. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm good there.
Okay, yeah, Gus, you peer in, and you can see a small room, and there is a sleeping goblin on the floor.
Oh, fantastic. Hey everybody. There's a goblin inside. He's sleeping. I'm wondering if Lynn could get a shot through there.
Oh, I will happily kill goblins. Like, the second you say there's goblins in here, like, you notice my face turn freaking stony and, like, business.
Oh.
Do you think you can kill it in one shot? Because otherwise it might alert.
So I have my True Strike thing
Mm-hmm.
that gives me, like, it says, like, advantage on my next turn. How does that work?
We're not in initiative, and
Yeah.
since there's no threat against you, you wouldn't be in initiative. So you could say you could do it and then go ahead and take your next turn.
Yeah.
You would know this is a fairly small area to get like a shot through, They would have about 3/4 cover.
I could drop the lights and try and drop a bonfire on top of his sleeping pod.
While this is going on,
If you guys are having a conversation right here in front of the sleeping goblin, I'm gonna have you make stealth rolls.
Oh yeah.
Just to continue to add to the awesomeness, I'm going to take a look at the door and check for traps.
Okay, you can make an investigation check.
On it.
13. I hope that's enough stealth.
19 for me.
Of course, you two are great. Yeah.
Yep, the goblin doesn't appear to be waking or moving.
And I rolled a 12 for my investigation check.
You see, it doesn't appear to be trapped. It also doesn't appear to be very sturdy. Like it's not even really hung properly. So it's.
He's saying the door's not well hung.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
So can I ask this? How this works? Goblins are a favored enemy of mine. It says I have advantage on survival checks to track them,
Mm-hmm.
and intelligent checks to recall information on them. So would that? I don't know. I don't know if we really like track them through here. I think if I can use that to my advantage.
I would say if there are goblins, if we know goblins are down here, you can presumably look for other signs of goblins moving around, and then use that to try and understand what directions they go, where they are.
Okay.
I am absolutely going to drop the lights and drop a bonfire on the sleeping goblin.
Okay.
So, lights are down. I do have dark vision, I believe. So I should still be able to see enough through that slit to use use a concentration cantrip and drop a bonfire on top of them.
Sure. I'm assuming you guys are just shifting around to give him room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get in there, and let's see. He has a Dex 13 save, I think. Yeah.
I'm sure he's very dexterous while sleeping.
Okay. Dex 13. Sorry, I was playing with the map.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him. No, I don't even have to give him disadvantage. That's a really low. That's a 4.
All right. And that is going to do, I believe it's 1d8 damage. Yes.
No whammy.
8.
Whoa.
Woo!
Yeah, that goblin wakes up and is on fire and just never gets up. It just burns up, and there's you can feel the warmth of a bonfire there coming from that room.
Yeah, I smolder him in place.
It's actually kind of nice after being in this dank sewer to have some nice warmth, but it also does not help the smell situation having burning goblin.
Yeah, and it's like the bonfire is essentially a 5-foot cube.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's a lot of fire.
Lindariel is like super itching to kill any goblins.
So what I'm gonna do is
Like I want to go through that door, and if there's more goblins here, like we're gonna find them and kill them, and I'm really excited about it.
so you can.
So
see that
I would take that level of initiative, and I just point at the door, say, I think it's time to go in, right?
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to wait.
All right,
And so you
kick
can
in
see,
door.
you can see across that room, there's another door.
Okay.
So you can see that room.
Like, all right, guys. There's an entrance on the south end of the room where Goblin just got lit up. But yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, like you've never seen Lindariel so like intense about stuff. So
I think we could work with this.
excited.
Okay. I think you said what the next thing was, but I was busy. You're moving on to the next room?
I said I was going to kick the door, but I'm going to just open it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm
easily
not
opens.
aggressive, but I'm not that dumb.
The door has a lock on it, but it's not locked, and it's actually only on one hinge. So
Okay.
it's For a front door to a supposedly hidden thieves guild base, it's not very well. It's not very secure.
Do we see any like of the wagon wheel markings at this point?
You have not seen one since you entered that long tunnel.
Okay.
But yeah,
Can I, when we open the hall, can I maybe do a survival check once we're in there to kind of see if I can see like where, like I want to go through the door and I want to figure out maybe if I can see where the goblins have been moving, what area that they're more heavily in.
Okay.
Kind of a thing.
So you open that door and you see there's just a small hallway that turns here. And
Okay.
there's another door up here.
How does that door look?
It doesn't look too much better than the first door.
Check for traps.
Sure. So I'm guessing Lindari, you're right behind Nightbreeze because
yes.
you're all about this.
Yeah.
And
Keep looking over my shoulder and kind of like motioning Gus and Dan.
I can't see what you're doing.
So you're
I am gonna move down here but I'm also gonna be checking the wall on the side where that arrow slit was to see if I can find some sort of entrance. I'm not gonna go any further than like right here, just because it's weird that there's a room over there and I don't know how to get to there from.
If I see like Gus kind of like stumbling about, I'll literally like grab him by like the scruff collar and kind of like pull him along with me.
Okay.
Guess I'm going that way because all I could see was the flickering bonfire through the arrow slit.
Yeah, well, there are. Dan is lighting up this intersection area still.
Oh, I thought you canceled it.
I had to drop the lights to do the bonfire.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So,
I was.
yeah,
Now,
those
granted,
lights went out.
I can now drop concentration on the bonfire and light back up. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. So I'm Nightbreeze. Let's do your investigation roll. If you did that
I
already.
rolled a 16.
Yeah, it doesn't seem trapped. This door is not sturdy enough.
Oh, hold on.
for anything like
What
that.
did I see? What do I see
Yeah, and then Dandriel,
south of me?
we are going to have you make a perception check.
Okay. 16.
16. You see a couple of things. The first thing is more obvious. There seems to be a little passage down down here in this wall.
Yep.
It looks like a really narrow tunnel.
Okay.
You'd have to go inspect it closer to see more. But right next to where you're standing, there is a strange kind of indentation in the wall. You think there might be something hidden, concealed here.
All right. I'm gonna turn around to try and tell someone to realize they've all kind of gone and hop up here and be like, guys, there's definitely some things going on in that hall.
All right,
So
let's go check it out.
We can push through here, or we can check that bit.
I guess we can check the hallway before going further into the hideout.
Yeah, I'd rather not have them come in from behind us.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it seems that door seems too obvious. Because there's one thing I know about thievy people that live underground. It's the obvious things tend to not be good.
I feel like I want to smell the air and smell where the goblins are coming from. I feel like I'm that intense about it.
You brutally hate some goblins.
So I'll also say, Nightbreeze and Lynn, make a perception check.
Make a what?
Make a perception check.
19.
I rolled 19, so +5, so 24.
Okay, that's really good. So both
I
of
have
you,
invested in perception.
while you were checking that door, you do hear the sounds from somewhere on the other side. It was some sputtering and murmuring, like someone who may have been covered in sewage recently.
I don't care what you guys say. I'm going to kick the door open, and I have my bow out, and I'm going to shoot whatever the first thing I see
I'm
in
going
my
to
face.
stick
All
with
right.
Lynn, and I will make sure that
go
I
for
have
gold.
my sword out, shield back on my back.
So are you trying to push past Nightbreeze, or
Oh yeah.
or are you
The second-
pushing him into the room?
She's pushing me into the room.
I don't know. I would literally just, if he's in front of me, yes, I would literally push him into the room, like, as I'm, like, probably elbowing the door to, like, get next to him, like, in the door, like, with my bow.
This door is in a little better shape than the previous door, but it's not locked. It just swings open.
Yeah. I'd be like, Gus, stuff's going down. I guess we're going there.
So you can push Nightbreeze in, and he sees...
Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Oh,
and
yeah.
Lynn is right behind.
I'm like next to, like, I'm wedging in next to him. Like, I'm not... Yeah.
So you're both kind of right in here. You see a goblin in kind of the hallway there, who, looks like he was also napping in front of the arrow slit, and has just gotten a face full of sewage. And he's trying to, like, deal with that.
I'm literally shooting an arrow.
I'm just going to stand aside and shoot an arrow.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you go ahead and do a surprise round.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just like... 14.
14 is a miss.
Ooh.
She's too excited.
I'd say
I think I am.
It's almost, I'd say it grazes some of the gross goop off of his skin, but it doesn't actually hit him.
Alright, I lunge with my rapier.
At this point, I'll have everyone, I'll let you take a surprise round too. So you're gonna make an attack?
Yeah. Lunge with my rapier, and that's a 19, and that makes it plus...
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, it's 24.
Yeah.
Let's roll. Stick with the black and white dice. Happy Halloween, everyone. All right. That would be 7 damage.
7 damage. He goes down. That was as many hit points.
I'm excited but upset that it wasn't me.
Yeah. you were 1 away from his AC.
I guess I'll casually follow them through the door now.
I will stay close behind.
Are you coming into this room more then?
Yeah.
So Nightbreeze and Lynn, you're kind of in the way here. Where are you spreading out?
I'm gonna. I guess I would move past the. I'd step over the goblin and kind of keep looking.
Heading up. Sure. In this little area. You see stairs in front of you that go down, and this is just a little room. There's nothing much in it. You can see the other side of the arrow slit, and you see a bunch of gross water on the floor.
Fantastic.
I would like to go loot the body. I mean, search for anything of importance.
I'm like frantically checking to see where there's more.
Yeah, on that goblin, you find a small pouch.
Small pouch. Sweet.
Do you inspect inside the pouch?
I am.
Okay. You find 5 copper pieces.
Ooh,
you're rich.
Rich.
You can go get yourself a stick of purple incense for that.
I owe people 3 gold, so I got a long ways to go.
Seeing the frantic look in Lindariel's face, I would step aside and let her go, but I'd stay right behind her as she goes down those stairs.
And Danny following behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the pile of stuff in the room to the south?
So you're checking the room to the south?
Yeah, like I'm immediately intrigued by what this giant pile of stuff is.
Yeah, you see, it looks like just a pile of gross old clothes. A lot of it's torn. A lot of it's covered in sewage water. There are some, like, rusty weapons over in the floor.
I believe that's the derelict collection.
Just, real quick, I'll just, like, take a quick kick at the pile and if there's anything interesting or rattling at it, and then I'll turn around and catch back up with folks.
Just make an investigation check.
Okay.
Floon's inside.
It's an 8.
An 8. You don't see anything of value. You kind of get the idea that this is a base in a sewer for thieves, maybe they have gone and like just stolen clothing to wear as like outerwear when they trudged the sewer to get here, and when they get here, they cast it off and just throw it in the pile.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, this may have been like an armory at one point, but yeah, none of the weapons here are any good.
So nothing there looks dangerous or like it'll catch up behind us. So I feel happy. I will be catching up with the group.
It's a pile of gross clothes.
And now my feet. Well, my feet were already gross. So there we go.
You may have just wiped them off a little bit.
Exactly.
Did you say those are stairs down or stairs up?
They are stairs down.
Okay.
And you can see it goes around the corner, and it seems like there's more stairs below. Okay, so Lynn's moving around, taking the lead.
Yeah.
I'm right behind her.
Okay. Because of the limitation of a 2D map, this tunnel goes underneath the other tunnel, so that's where you can actually see further down the hallway. It goes another like 25 feet past that tunnel, and you kind of see what looks like just a wooden table back there.
So there's more stuff.
Yeah, the tunnel keeps going like
Okay.
over here. So you can keep going.
I keep going.
Yep.
I'll be like pushing Gus towards them.
Yeah.
As much as
As long
I
as you
can.
got the lights, I'm happily moving.
Okay. I'm keeping lights on. I'll give you your unicorn horn again.
Sweet, that's perfect.
Now the lights are with you. You just have to
Also
be
with
with
you.
them.
I'll assume you're
Aw.
all following.
Yep.
Yep. You see, come to this room, and there's 6 tattered straw mattresses on the floor. This might be like just some kind of sleeping quarters, like barracks. But there's no one here. There's an empty table.
Is there anything of interest, maybe in the mattresses?
You could investigate.
It's a weasel.
So I would just toss the place.
It's a 5.
5. You take maybe a minute to try to go through the mattresses, and you find some straw.
Sweet.
They don't.
I'm not waiting while he does that.
Okay. There's a door at the other end here, and you can hear kind of some arguing on the other side of that door.
I know Goblin. What are they saying? Do I need to do a perception
They are
check?
not speaking in Goblin. They are speaking in Common.
Do you speak
okay.
common?
Yes, I do that too.
You hear someone be like, no, you can't just barricade the door. That won't work. You gotta stuff blankets under the bottom of it. And someone's like, oh, what are you talking about? And people are having an argument about furniture and a door and blankets.
I think we're going the wrong way. That sounds like a furniture store.
I think, I don't know. I think I would bust open the door.
You just jumping in? Sure.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
And in here there's more just kind of gross mattresses, and you see a dwarf who it looks like a dwarf, but it's kind of weird. It has just ashy gray skin, and this other guy, who you think you might recognize. It's a human, has a bald head with tattoos of eyes all over his head. And yeah, they're both there's a door here and another door up here. They're both kind of crowded around the upper door, and they have a chair that's like barricading it so the door won't open, and they're just completely focused on that. They don't even notice you walk in yet.
I think I probably had my bow out, kicked open the door, ready to just shoot whatever goblin I see, and visibly dejected, looking when I see there's not a goblin, I probably just say like, "Who are you?"
And go ahead and roll some initiative.
Awesome.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Nice.
What's your dex?
I'm +2 on initiative. Oh, my dex is +4.
So I rolled a 19. That makes my initiative 22.
I'll let her go first for the natural 20.
That's fine with me.
Unless she doesn't want to.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I did bust in there.
Yeah. that makes sense.
I got an 18.
11.
11?
11.
I'm going to give you some spice of initiative or something.
I got distracted by Gus tossing the mattresses. This is the problem with Dandriel. He just, like, gets distracted by everything.
All right, yeah. You ask, who are you? And they both turn around and look at you. And yeah, it's your turn.
What are you gonna do?
Do they respond?
Not really. They are. I'll say you have surprise. They're surprised to see you here, and they're also a bit distracted with whatever they were doing with that door. So they're almost like, I don't want to deal with you right now. Whatever they're doing with that door is more important.
Okay, I would literally say, like, say again, who are you, or I will shoot.
Yeah, and if you're delaying, they will draw their weapons.
Okay, so then I just no, fine. If you're drawing your weapons, I understand what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will try to shoot one of them then.
Okay. Which one?
The dwarf, probably.
And yeah, if I didn't make it
like he's
clear,
closer.
the human is the one who picked a fight in the Yawning Portal
Right.
that you've already defeated once before.
Okay. Well, maybe if I recognize him, he'll probably stand out a little bit more. Okay, I'll shoot for him.
Okay.
13.
A 13 is a hit.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so then I need to do. Ooh. 9.
9 damage. All right. He did not appreciate that. All right. Nightbreeze is up. Unless you wanted to move it anymore.
Lynn, did you want to move at all?
Oh, I mean, I would probably move out of the way. So if I'm kind of blocking the door, I'll like shuffle to the side. That's fine.
All right. I would, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'd go in, and I'll let you have some fun with this one. Seeing that I take it the guy with the bandana on his head is not the short guy with the beard that you were talking about. So
yes,
I'm going to.
This is the dwarf with gray skin.
Right. I'm going to try to jump onto the table and then kind of do the Errol Flynn, like foot on the chair, and have it fall forward as I thrust my rapier into the guy that has the tattoos of the eyes all over him.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll have you make an acrobatics check at the start of this.
This is where it all goes south.
That's the kind of flair I like to see.
Acrobatics? Oh, I'm better at acrobatics than I thought. Okay. 12.
12. You successfully get on the table and slide down the chair. It doesn't look quite as graceful as you picture yourself looking, but it is.
To me, in my head, it looks even more graceful than when I thought it was.
Yeah. To you, this was a perfect success.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there looking at it going.
He just kind of hobbled over a table. Yeah.
It happens. I trust my rapier. I'm going to say we meet again. That would be a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
That would be a 13.
13, yeah. You pierce him, and he kind of just crumples and falls to the floor and stops moving.
I say it stayed down this time. That's my turn.
All right. The dwarf there, seeing that, he turns over and looks at you, and he doesn't really make any movement, but looking at him, you see he just starts like growing, like he's getting bigger. Like dwarves aren't that tall, but now he's just growing in front of you, and it's kind of off-putting.
Awesome.
And that's all he does. Then I guess his turn.
Yeah, I will run into the room.
Yeah,
On
you've
his,
probably haven't seen this, but you've definitely heard commotion start.
I will take a step into the room and kind of quickly look around, see what's going on.
Yeah, you see this growing dwarf and facing Nightbreeze across the way.
I'll flank him and give him a stabby.
Sure. Yep, since you're on both sides of him, I'll let you have advantage.
It's 13 to hit.
A 13 will not hit.
Sweet. That's all I got.
Alright.
Oh, actually, I got my offhand. I'll swing my offhand.
Okay.
And that is a 14.
Yeah, it still doesn't hit. Alright, and Dan is up.
Alright, I will we'll move in next to Lynn. And I'll kind of take stock of what's going on, realize that they're both stabbing at Dwarf, and throw a fireball at him.
You recognize this as a Duragar.
Gotcha. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's up to no good, so I'm gonna hurl a firebolt at him.
Okay. Make your spell attack.
13. No.
13, it goes wide.
As he gets
probably,
bigger, he gets harder to hit.
It's the same. But yeah, it goes up and I guess you hit the ceiling and it kind of just peters out.
So I come in like Wild West shooting this fireball with no solid aiming.
Alright.
And it shows.
And then something else occurs which you can't see, and now we're back at the top of the round. Lindario.
Okay. I will direct my attention to the dwarf and try to shoot him. Uh, 18.
18 will hit.
Fabulous. Only 5.
5. Just making sure there's nothing. Okay, yep, takes 5 damage. Alright. And if that's it, we move on to Nightbreeze.
I'd say that's a big one, and I thrust my rapier. Probably not. That's a 12.
12 does not hit.
Yep, that's all I got.
Jeez.
It's a squirrely little Duragar. Well,
And
big Duragar, I
I've
guess.
already moved my D12 to position number 2, DM.
Alright. Are we... we can do it either way. Are we tracking turns or are we tracking rounds?
It says turned.
Okay.
Each turn that has been taken. Oh, where are we supposed to be? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is where we should be.
We're at 9.
9? Oh,
At the
crap.
end of your turn.
Yep. Awesome. I'll get my...
It's frog time.
Yep. And the dwarf is going to take his turn, and he has a... Basically, it looks like a fancy pickaxe, and he swings it towards Nightbreeze.
Fantastic. That's what I was hoping for. That was my plan the whole time.
That's a 22 to hit.
You know, I'll let it hit me this time, but just because I feel like I want to be nice because it's Halloween.
There you go.
That's for 6 piercing damage.
Ouch! That hurt.
That hurts. Yep.
Alright, and Gus is up.
Does something happen now?
No, not yet. That's 10.
Okay. I shall attack. And that is a 12.
12 misses.
Oh,
my lord.
11. Thanks,
Gus,
Gus.
what is wrong with you right now?
This is how I always roll.
What is with this
true.
Duragar matrixing all of the melee attackers?
He's like, we play opposites a lot, so I was hoping you would have rolled a 20 or something, Josh, but
Yeah, me too. My offhand hit was 18.
18 is a hit.
that misses.
D6. 10 damage.
10 damage, alright.
So we're at 11.
Alright, and Dandriel is up.
All right. I'm
Did we see
fire bolting away. $16 plus 5, 21.
21 is a hit.
Yep, and that is D10 for 4 damage.
4 damage, okay. You've clearly burned part of him, and he didn't like it, but he kind of like patted it out real quick, so it didn't burn too much.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's an even, which means nothing happens. Unless you
No,
flip that on me.
Also,
gonna-
Gus,
Yeah.
quick check. The attack with the offhand is 2-weapon fighting, right?
Yeah,
You don't get to add your modifier to the offhand.
that's great. Yes. So -3.
It
So 7.
was 7, not 10.
7 damage and it's not 10. Okay.
Good catch.
I don't know why I said that. That may cost one.
No.
Don't worry, when Varys goes down, I'll loot his body.
Yeah. I mean, if 3 hit points is the difference, we'll know what happened.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
gonna-
I just realized I missed a prime opportunity of sending my bees in through the slit.
Oh yeah.
That would have been pretty sweet. So
I'm gonna have Nightbreeze make a perception check at this time.
Sweet.
You always got to remember, you're the queen bee.
That would be a 20.
20. Looking over at that door, you see some kind of liquid coming out from underneath it. Kind of like all the other doors, this one isn't it's not well hung door. There's gaps in it, and yeah, something is trying to come through.
Awesome.
So that's something you noticed. And it's Lindario's turn.
okay, I will just try keep popping arrows out here, I guess. And that is a 17.
17 will hit.
That's a bit better. 8.
8 damage, alright. He's not looking super great anymore, but he's still big. And if that's it, it's to Nightbreeze.
All right, I would say I'm not feeling so hot, and I would take another swing with my rapier.
Okay.
But I will roll a natural 20 on that.
That is a hit.
And then for the D8, I'll roll a 7, which makes it 14, plus 5, so that would be 19 points of damage.
Yeah, that'll do it. How do you want to do this?
I want to stab him like right in the top of the calf, and as he falls down, just kind of put my hand on his chest and just lay down, just lay down.
Yeah. So you kind of like slowly push him over, and as you do, he just kind of shrinks back down to the size he was when you started, and yeah, he goes down.
Cool. I'm gonna do like the whole Zor sword thing, and I would try not to stab myself as I sheath it. And I say, I'm not feeling so hot, but there's some liquid coming through this door.
What kind of liquid?
I have no idea.
Well, it's Gus's turn if you want to go and inspect it.
I will go inspect it. I will step over the dead bodies and go see what's coming through the door.
Is it black and oozy?
Yeah, make a perception check.
4.
4. It is gray and oozy. You can know that.
Does it look like just sewer sludge or?
Yeah, not from what Gus observed. So
Can I roll the body that's right there up against the bottom of the door?
Yeah.
I'm going to essentially use him like a dam.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that.
And
In the loot as we do that.
yeah, and then I'll check his pockets.
Roll him and like checking the pockets as you're flipping him over in this pocket, flip over this pocket.
Yeah, you hear kind of like a hissing sound when the body contacts the substance.
Ooh.
Oh.
And it seems corrosive.
Oh, fun. Fabulous.
Was there anything in the body?
Anything on the body from your investigation of that person? You didn't find anything on him. He had his weapons on him. If you wanted to take those for some reason.
Yeah.
I'll
take the weapons.
He had a scimitar and a light crossbow.
Sweet.
Both broken.
They don't seem fancy, but they seem in okay condition.
I owe people money. I gotta collect things.
Are we still doing initiative order?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that was Gus looted the body
crap, so I
and
need to keep track of
started burning it.
So
Dandriel is up.
3, 4. Okay. So we should be at 4 now, right?
Is what's over here a door?
Yes. There is another door. Yeah, right there.
Right. I'll try and see if I can hear anything on the other side of it, or see if there's
Okay.
anything trying to ooze through this one.
Make a perception check.
11.
11. You don't notice anything.
I'm going to impulsively open the door to try and get away from a corrosive liquid.
You step in there and
Ancient red dragon.
you see another tunnel going south.
Okay. Yeah, so at that point I'll just like back up a further and say there's another tunnel if we need to get away from there, but I don't know what's going on with that door.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, and then
not quite.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
We're at 5.
The gray ooze is gonna finish squeezing through the door, and it attacks Gus. It is making a pseudopod attack. That is a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Alright.
Guys, the sludge is attacking me.
Do we just run away?
Yep, there's it just stops there. It isn't actually touching you yet. You were able to like back up enough, but it's right there, and It doesn't look like a happy thing to be next to.
Somebody kick it.
So yeah, back up to Lindario.
I'm gonna say, guys, we should go. There's a hallway. Let's run.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start going towards the hall.
Okay. You can easily get through there. Gonna keep going. You probably go another 10 feet down the hallway.
I'll go a little ways. I won't go too
Just
far.
there?
I'll make sure everyone follows me.
Okay. And similarly, this path is under the other sewer, so you can actually see a little bit further down. There are stairs that lead up.
Okay.
So we're at 7, and I'm going to, seeing Lindario run off again, I'm going to skip over the Durgar body and run down after her, going down the hallway.
Sure, he's coming up right behind her.
Yeah.
Okay.
8.
Okay, and now Gus.
I will jump to the other side of the Durgar body and then loot him.
Trying to loot the Durgar. Alright.
On your way out of the room, you're still looting.
I knew you would.
You're the rich guy, Gus.
How am I going to get rich?
The ooze is going to try and make an attack of opportunity.
Saw that.
It's only a 9.
Oh, good.
No.
It's
Yeah, and looting the body, you also find his weapons, which were the war pick, and he's got a couple of javelins. Oh, the war pick is actually more like a mace. I described it like a pickaxe, and it's more like a mace with like sharp points on one end of it.
So I don't see anything like jewelry-wise that would have made him get bigger.
No, he's got... What kind of armor does he have?
plate.
Doesn't... Oh, he's got scale mail and a shield. So yeah.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
You don't have time to strip him, Gus.
I'm going to grab his legs and pull him with me as far as I can go into the tunnel.
Okay, you'll be at half movement. Trying to pull him. And yeah, there's also your friends are there in the tunnel, kind of blocking you. So
Oh, okay.
I'd say with this configuration, you're kind of stuck.
All
You don't have enough speed at half speed to get through everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You could probably squeeze by me if you dropped the Duragar.
Oh man! All right, I'll let him go and then I'll pass through everybody.
Okay. Yeah, you can get up to the front.
Otherwise, I'm gonna die.
All right, and then it's Dan. And I will say if you guys all continue just marching forward, you can easily outrun the ooze, and we can drop initiative. But if you do want to go back for that Duragar or engage with the ooze, then we'll still be in an initiative.
I was going to assume that the ooze will follow us. So what I was going to do was push myself kind of as close as I can to Nightbreeze, like into this corner, and then I'll have to drop the lights as a bonus action, and then I would drop a bonfire in the doorway.
Okay, right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, you can do that, and yeah, we can be done with initiative for now. Can
I see anything, or is it now pitch black?
There is some light from the bonfire. It's really dim light in this tunnel, but you see stairs going up, and you do see some light from up above the stairs.
I'll put my hand on you and push you forward.
Oh, thanks.
It's not with my bow. See, we're growing closer.
So you guys are moving forward. I will. I'll say you stop at the bottom of the stairs. You hear more voices ahead.
What kind of language are they speaking?
They are speaking common. One of them.
What dialect?
Let me.
What regionality?
Lynn, do you smell any more goblins?
I really feel like my character would be like sniffing the air for them.
If you have to, you want to make a perception check at advantage for tracking goblins.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay, that was, yeah, okay. 22.
22. There definitely have been some goblins that have come through here. You don't think either of the voices you hear are goblins.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely like the essence of goblin lingering in here, but nothing.
Goblin? Oh.
Yeah.
It's the greatest offense.
New smells here in the sewer. But yeah, nothing that you think is in your immediate presence.
Okay. I won't be as rushed.
Yeah.
But.
So if you guys just stop here and listen for a moment, there's one voice. It seems to sound kind of orcish. They're talking, and he is like kind of pleading, like, "No, don't do this. We can do better." And you hear another voice, which is nothing like anything any of you have heard before, but you can make out what it's saying. And it's like, "The Xanathar won't stand for this. You are no longer part of the guild." And they're having this, like, someone's did a bad job and getting fired, basically.
Sounds like a potential ally.
All right, so in hearing this, I would put my hand on Lynn's shoulder to try to move past, and I would tell her in Elvish, "Be calm." And I would move ahead of Lynn and try to get next to Gus and say, "What are we going to do?"
You're a little bloody. Do you need to do something about that before we head up there?
No.
All right, then. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go?
Well, I mean, no. I will take a second wind.
If you're having a conversation here, I'm going to have you guys make a stealth check.
Perfect. Can I do a stealth check and do my second wind at the same time?
Sure.
1-3.
Oh. The
Let me do
natural.
my second wind before you kill me. Oh wait, I always forget this. By the way, I'm at disadvantage on stealth.
Oh yeah, you're wearing heavy armor.
Not that it matters because I rolled a 1, but that's definitely worse than a 19.
So essentially, I'm whispering to him, and he's yelling back at me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we can do the mechanic. If you want to give yourself disadvantage to give him advantage.
Oh.
To try
My
that.
second roll was a 19.
So that would be better.
Well, but in that case, the advantage cancels out the disadvantage. Though, so
I'd let you use the other one if
Oh, sweet.
Gus wants to reroll.
Gus, do it.
I'll
But
reroll.
if Gus rolls another one, then
I actually rolled higher than last time.
okay. So I will.
My low is 20.
So the other people you hear arguing, they're loud enough to not have noticed you.
And I'm maintaining the fire kind of in the hall
Yeah, it's behind
by
you.
the door. Yeah.
Maybe we can surprise him if we just run up the stairs. They're not going to be good, so go up and attack. Anybody? Any concerns?
I'm all about pushing forward. So.
There you go.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right.
Okay, and so it's
We
Gus.
quietly
Gus,
move
Breeze,
up the stairs,
Lynn,
and then as soon as we're close enough, we run it.
Okay, so you're just gonna
Actually, from a point of vantage, can we get eyesight into the room? Because I wouldn't mind trying to use my crossbow.
yeah.
Or are we
You
just going
could
to charge it?
you could try to like creep up the stairs and observe.
Oh, there's not a door or anything. It's just
no,
they're
just
up
stairs,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
But it sounds
How many stairs?
It's probably like 5 feet of stairs. It's not a ton.
Okay.
But yeah, it sounds like Gus's intent was to run in.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's charge on in.
Okay. So you run up the stairs, and you see some stuff.
What do we see? What do we see?
You don't. Oh, well, I'll say there is a light source in here because
I was.
Yeah.
There was light at the top of the stairs. I assume there was
Yeah.
light in there.
let me add one because I didn't have one. Sorry. It makes sense for there to be light here, and I didn't put one here. There we go. That lights up the whole space. And now, when I expose your visible area, there actually is visible area. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
And I'm going to bring Nightbreeze, as came up right behind him. And we can, I assume Lynn is right behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Dan was further back. Are you following real close when you see them like take off?
I'm following, but more hesitantly, because I'm trying to make sure that the ooze isn't following us, or I'm kind of covering the back as best I can. So I'd probably still be 5 to 10 feet behind them as they rush in quickly.
Sure. You see a long hall. There's thread curtains hanging on the east wall in several places. I'll point those out. There's a curtain here and a curtain here. I'll say it's cutting off from your. Let me do it from Nightbreeze's perspective because he's got night vision. You can see another tunnel going off that way, and there's like a bigger double doors here. In the middle of the hall, there is a muscular half-orc wearing dingy robes, standing on the foot of a chest of a human male with wavy red blonde hair. So he's like standing over him. Fire burns around the orc's clenched fist as the victim cries and squirms helplessly beneath him. Seated on a raised platform to the south is a nightmarish figure wearing black robes. It has large white eyes and rubbery purple skin, with 4 tentacles encircling its inhuman mouth. It cradles and gently caresses what looks like a disembodied brain with feet. Dan isn't up here yet, so he doesn't see some of those things. And but otherwise, Nightbreeze and Dan just see a bunch of nightmare fuel. Like, these are legitimate just monsters that you are seeing.
And you said red blonde hair, human?
Yeah, laying on the floor under the orc.
And what kind of clothes is he wearing?
They're pretty tattered, but they look like they used to be nice.
It's Floon.
Right. Sweet. So we're doing this.
And yeah, you charged in here. I'll let you guys roll initiative.
Do we have to? We got like 6 rounds of surprise, right? Yes.
Oh no. Natural 1. So it's a 3 with my mod.
Okay.
Got a 22 again.
14.
10. Just be like, hey guys, there's some ooze. Let's run. Gotta get out, guys.
Ooze is looking way better.
Keep plan B. Come on, guys. Let's clear the place out.
Okay. Nightbreeze is actually up first.
Great. I'm going to charge in and go after the half-orc.
Sure, yep. You can get right up to him.
Yep, that's great. Playing this character for a while, guys. I'll respec. So that's a 19.
That hits.
All right. That's 8 damage.
8 damage. He looks very surprised and hurt.
Good.
He did not expect to be. Well, he was a rapier.
Yeah.
He did not expect to be basically run through with a rapier all of a sudden while he was getting chewed out by his boss.
Good. That's all I got.
All right. Now it's the tentacle guy's turn.
You can say what he is. It's okay.
So it's a mind flayer.
All right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course it is.
You're facing at level 1, a Mind Flayer, and an Intellect Devourer.
Well, we've already taken down a Beholder, so
Yeah.
and
So
an Intellect Devourer, so we're doing great.
It's a baby mind flare.
no, it's pretty tall. So it sees what you've done, and as much as a Mind Flayer could chuckle, it seems to be kind of pleased with this turn of events, and it's still addressing the half-orc as like the Xanathar does not care what happens to you, and he's just gonna up and leave. He's carrying his brain thing. He's just gonna go to the door and peace out in this other room.
I should have done what I wanted to do then. Oh well.
Go after the mind flare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't go well for you.
Unless it's got some very special stats.
Alright, and now that half-orc is going to... Yeah, he's not doing great, and he's not in a good place mentally. So I'm going to say he just forgets everything that he ever wanted or would have done, and he just grabs for his dagger and tries to strike back.
Okay.
That's actually a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So, for a critical hit, that's 6 damage.
Okay.
Good thing you used your thingy.
Yep. Good thing I used my thingy, Josh.
Whatever it is.
Good thing the fighter popped second win.
And it's Gus's turn.
Anyway.
Otherwise, phrasing, Josh.
Any what, Steven?
Oh, it's Gus's turn.
Oh, okay. I think he tries to get away.
Yeah, I'll run in and move to this probably the left side of Varys and attack the orc,
Sure.
half orc. That is a 17 to hit.
Hey, look, you hit him.
That'll hit. Sweet. 16 damage.
Yeah, that he goes down. How do you want to
Sweet.
do this? He had
Because
hit
he's
point
so
left after the
surprised.
first attack.
Because he's so surprised by my deafness, DEFT, not deafness.
Yeah.
He doesn't even see me coming, and I just thrust it right into his left side of his rib cage there.
Yeah, he's been having a bad day. Yeah, he only had 9 hit points, and you hit him for 8 the first time, and now Gus hit him for 16.
Where was that 16? Everywhere.
And
Is that door still open? Where the Mind Flayer
it kind of swung back closed when he went through it.
Oh.
So I can't see it, so I couldn't face step there?
Yeah, you can't see through it at the moment.
Maybe I was trying to
It's
see.
like restaurant doors that between the kitchen
Or saloon.
or saloon. Yeah, there you go.
So now this human on the ground just sees you two and looks up at you and kind of has a smile and says, Floon Blagmar, handsomest man in Waterdeep, pleasure to meet you. And as he says that, he just falls unconscious.
Sweet.
And Gus, looking at him, he's in a really rough shape at this point, but you think if he were cleaned up, he might just glisten a little more than you do.
Oh.
Oh no.
I say we leave him here.
Now, Lindariel is up.
We still on initiative?
Yes, because you could,
So we should be at 5, 6.
yeah, because potentially there's a Mind Flayer in the next room.
Sweet.
Okay, I guess I would
You
probably.
saw everything happen from where you
Yes.
are.
So I'll go up to Floon then, I guess. And I mean, does he need to be like, I don't know. Do we need to do like should I do like a medicine check on him or
You
something?
can make a
Or
medicine check.
okay.
He needs true love's first kiss.
All right, Gus.
He's
When
if
they're
you
glistening
haven't guessed, he's on the
minds, baby,
same
come on.
level as you, and I'm not interested. So, that was a 13.
13. He appears to be unconscious but stable.
Okay.
So he's not doing great, but he's not like at risk of dying here.
So I would probably like look at one of the guys and be like, "Ooh, someone want to like carry him?" Anyone? I mean, I can try.
I
I'm
will
not
if you
strong.
I will once we
Really
make sure.
big.
And Dan can come in at the end here.
Yeah, it's like after
He hops up the stairs. He's like, "Ha!"
yeah. So I'm still maintaining the bonfires. Can't.
Yeah, there's some light in here. There's I think
Yep. And then I'll come up here and be like, oh, is that Floon? That's
Yes.
pretty much all I've got. Is like, is that Floon? And
Apparently.
and I'll hold my action looking for something that seems threatening or dangerous. From that, at that point.
as far as you know, you see your party members all standing over this half orc, and you think like, oh, that was easy. They got him already.
Yeah, so I come up like miss the action, I guess.
Yep. So now it's back
Hold
to
action.
Night Breeze.
We're at 7. So I am going to flip a coin really quick. All right, so I'm going to go to that door that's closed.
All
That's
right.
where I was going.
Was that the am I impulsive or am I pragmatic point?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so glad it landed on impulsive.
Yeah. I would I'd go to the door and I'd push it open.
Okay.
You find 17 mind flares. 43.
Mine has been flayed.
You're going in here.
And you wake up from a dream realizing none of this happened.
I would literally be like, we're not following that thing, are we?
Oh, God.
So you walk in here just in time to see the mind flare and his pet disappear through the southern wall. So it's there when you walk in, but it is moving through the wall, and it is quickly gone. And it
would I
appears
have
to
any-
be.
Would I have enough knowledge to know that that's something they could do? Probably not.
Roll a nature check, maybe.
Sure. That would be a 12.
I mean, you're familiar with magic things. I think you don't know what a mind flare is. You've not explored like underground too much.
Right.
So you think it might be a wizard, or it might have innate magical properties. You don't.
It's a
you don't
wizard.
really know. There's lots of things this could have been. And,
Okay,
And just after it disappeared, you see there's a pillar in the middle of the room. You didn't really think about it at first because there was a mind flare there, but it's glowing, and that glow is quickly fading.
Okay. So I would say I think it just walked through the wall, and I'm going to take a look at the room. And are those hallways that I see, or doors?
Yeah, there's another hallway to the north. There's stairs at an angle, and another. There's a door here and a door over here.
All right, I'm gonna.
And you can kind of see up the stairs. There's another door back here.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the door to the north.
Okay. So you're gonna go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not locked.
Are we still in initiative order at this point?
I'll say he's taking his turn, but then we can drop.
Oh, we're stopping at 8. Okay.
Yeah. So you see here, there's a couple like cots and some like chains attached to the walls. This might have been kind of like a dungeon cell, or
Okay.
it might be where the goblins were sleeping. Could be both. Multi-purpose room.
All right. That should be about the end of my movement. So I
Yeah.
can come back out of that room, and that should be about it.
All right, and yeah, we can. There's no more threats in the area. You can drop initiative.
Hooray.
And yeah. As you come back into the room, you see this pillar has stopped glowing.
The pillar is still there. It's just no longer glowing.
Correct.
Do I see anything? Is it just a pillar? Is there any writing, any inscriptions?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Okay. It is a stone pillar carved with a small symbol. The symbol is a perfect circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating outward from its circumference.
Imagine that.
And in the middle of the circle is a smaller circular indentation that bears a passing resemblance to a lidless eye. So there's the same kind of like a carving of the same symbol you've seen everywhere, but in the middle of it there's just an indentation that looks like maybe an object could sit there, but there's currently no object sitting there.
Okay.
I would probably walk in
Yep, you guys can.
with him into that other room.
Yeah.
From my position, did I see the mind flayer disappear through the wall?
I'll say make a perception check.
18.
18. I said maybe you saw little bits of it, like when Nightbreeze opened the door. You saw a glimpse of it, but probably didn't see the whole event.
All right. Well, I would like to run over to that southern wall and just start feeling it. See if I go through it.
Sure. You come in here, and it is dark in this room. A little bit of light might be filtering through the door, but the door quickly shuts behind you.
Guys.
But you can. I'll say
Are you in here?
make a dexterity saving throw.
13.
13. Yeah, you run. You like run in, and you stop yourself before you thunk on the wall. But you do kind of run up and hit the wall a little bit harder than you would have thought you wanted to, but it does appear to be a solid wall.
Yeah, as I move up, I'm going to outrange where that bonfire was, so I will drop the bonfire at the base of the stairs.
Which stairs?
As I move into the room, these stairs down here where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how Dan's the only person thinking about that.
It's a corrosive ooze.
I know. I love that you're
the first time.
And Nightbreeze was very clear. He doesn't want things sneaking up.
It's true.
In the room that I'm in, are my goblin senses tingling?
You can make another perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to check other doors.
17.
17. It does seem like they're more often in this area than in the previous area, but nothing seems like there's any goblins around at the moment.
I will start to go up the stairs if it looks like Nightbreeze came out of the other room and didn't see anything.
Sure. And up
And I'll go to the other door that's on the south.
You see two more doors, one north and one to the west. And if you go through this door, you see something very similar. It looks like goblin-sized beds and chains on the wall.
Okay.
I'll go through the one that's on the left of me.
One that's on the left, you go through here. And it's just a small kind of dead end. But you do see an area, it looks like this opens up like a door. But it's kind of been concealed to look like the wall, but not very well. You can easily see that this is a door here.
Okay, I would open it.
You open it and you find yourself back out in the sewer tunnel.
Okay.
I'm gonna go try and pick up Floon. Kind of fireman carry him.
Yep.
I'll be like, guys, so what happened up here while I was, I guess, spending too much time on the bonfire?
Man, you missed it. I came in and just perfectly placed my sword. It was just perfect. I don't know. I can't even explain it.
And I hear him saying this, and as I walk into the room, and I say, it was absolutely unbelievable. He actually hit something for once.
I would backtrack then. I'd probably say found the way back where we started and kind of like yell to them so they know that I found that. And then I would check the other door to the north.
The other door, you see a passed out goblin that looks scorched.
All right. Okay. Then I'll probably collect back in the center with the group, I guess.
Same.
Center room.
Yeah, and just for fun, this room over here where you found Floon, in the book, the name of that room is Boss Fight. And
Nice.
You took down the boss in 2 hits.
The real boss was that Dura guy.
Yeah, he had more hit points.
Yeah.
I'd like to loot the ogre, or half ogre, or half orc, whatever he is. The dead dude.
And I'm gonna Floon.
You're gonna loot Floon?
So yeah, normally a half orc would come back with 1 hit point when reduced to 0, but you hit him for double his total hit points.
So you insta-killed him.
So yeah.
You're welcome.
You find a satchel on the half orc.
Ooh, what's in the satchel?
You open it?
Yeah.
There appears to be a book.
Great.
Ooh, a book. You can read.
I love the shameful head shake. And I never learned to read.
All right, cool. I'll grab the book. I would say I want to just make sure that we've got everything covered. We've got a couple curtains that we want to check, and I don't know what's back behind us. But I want to go ahead and use that paper crane that I received from Volo and send a message to let them know that we found Floon and that we're down the sewers and we're on our way back.
Okay. Do you have a way to write that message?
I will write it in the blood of the half orc using a bone that I will withdraw from his finger.
Okay, gross.
Gross, but
I will
awesome.
invent. No, I'll say I'll ask if anybody's got a pen. I don't know if anybody does.
You can write?
I can make little words. My intelligence isn't that bad.
They look more like hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
It's Pictionary.
I draw pictures.
It's Pictionary.
I don't have a pen or anything.
Let me see. Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't think I really have a pen. That would have been awesome to grab anywhere. All right, cool. So I don't do that.
No, or you're totally doing it in the blood of
I'll write with my finger and blood. Like, found Floon on way back.
Okay. So yeah, if you write that message and you fold it and you just kind of throw it in the air, it like continues to fold itself into this perfect origami bird, and it flaps its wings and flies around the room maybe like twice, and then it finds its way out through the double doors and back up the stairs that Lindario came down.
All right, and I only had one, so I can go ahead and remove it from my inventory.
Yep.
All right.
What he actually wrote was "Found Floon."
Yeah. And are you actually robbing Floon?
I'm checking
Yes.
anything dangerous on him.
Yeah, you find it looks like he has already been robbed. So yeah, he doesn't have anything on him but his clothes.
Do I see him attempting to rob Floon?
Oh, sure. That's unless you're trying to conceal what you're doing, but
No, I'm picking him up and just checking his pockets while I pick him up.
When he's checking the pockets, I'll gust him away from Floon. Be like, don't rob the guy we're saving. Let's see. I think there's a save on that. So if you want to make a strength save. So
14.
Oh, you beat it, so you don't actually get pushed. Hard.
Okay.
So I
If he did get pushed, I was going to make him roll to see if he dropped Flume.
He takes damage and dies immediately.
But unfortunately, since you didn't move, you're just like billowing in the wind like my cool cape, and now you feel super pretty.
Oh.
All right. So are we clearing this place out, or are we?
I'd say let's clear it in case we ever have to come back. I like
there's
to.
We haven't found a treasury yet. There's got to be a treasury here.
True.
What were you guys chasing into the other room?
It was like this.
That's all we got.
It was like this.
Would I be able to intuit what they might be telling me?
So I will say both of you make a performance check.
That's
And
a
I'm
great
gonna
choice.
contest this against Dandriel's insight.
Oh, that is fantastic.
13.
Did you say 13?
13.
Oh, I rolled a 14, but I've got a -1. So.
Oh, I'm a +3.
Oh.
Okay. So if your insight is more than a 13,
It's not. My insight's a 9.
yeah, you don't quite grasp what they're trying to communicate to you.
Yeah, I'll be like, you guys got attacked by hands. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just try and clear this place out so we can safely get.
Yeah, what's behind the curtains?
All right, you're looking behind the curtain. Behind curtain number 1.
Is a pit trap.
So another bed and some chains.
Ooh, all right.
And if you wanna
Sure.
just continue the adventure of seeing places where
Seems like
people
we're
could be
locked
locked up, but
Range
they're
ideas of fun.
pretty empty.
I'll start heading down towards that hallway.
Don't know which one, but back up here.
That back one that we would have passed.
It appears to be just a small room.
Okay.
Let me see if there's anything else to say about it.
I'll just pretty much say like all clear back here, guys.
All right. You say you found another way out?
Yeah, I found it right back to.
If you guys you're intending to be thorough, let's do a group investigation check.
Hooray! Natural 20.
Natural 20.
18. There's the good roll.
10.
If you guys are at double natural 20s, you found some secrets.
Ooh.
So I'll say
Give me all your secrets.
between Gus and Nightbreeze, one of you pick up and one of them you pick down. Okay. Gus went up. You go up in this room. Oh, you can't see in that room because there's no light. Let me move.
Okay. Yeah, we'll switch them.
Yeah. Gus goes where he can see.
Gus goes where he can see.
It's even more impressive that you found this because you couldn't see there.
He's using his 6th or maybe even his 7th sense.
So you follow Lindario into there, and together you see there is loose flagstones in the corner on the floor.
Mm.
And Nightbreeze, you went down to the south and found behind this little throne chair is a small wooden chest.
Huh.
I check for traps.
Make an investigation check.
I'm a rogue. Investigation.
Yeah.
would be a 16.
Okay, does not appear to be trapped, does not appear to be locked.
I open it.
Oh, then there's nothing good in there.
You open it, and you find what appear to be 2 potions, 16 gold pieces,
You say 16?
82 silver pieces,
Ooh.
and 250 copper pieces.
Okay. You're gonna make me do math now.
And I'll go ahead and
I got
say,
stones.
comparing with the other potion that you have, these all appear to be the same kind of potion as the one you already have.
I have a potion.
Healing potion.
Yeah, you were gifted one.
I do. I forgot. Oh, I could have used that. Anyway.
Well, second wind was cheaper.
Yeah, true. All right. I'll do the math on how much this actually is, and I'll let them know, hey, guys, I found a coin. I'm really good at maths and numbers, but I'll see if I can divvy this up because I believe in sharing the profit.
I think we should let Lindariel count it.
Fantastic. Here you go, Lindar.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna grab some of the stone just because it seems out of place.
The loose stones?
Yeah.
Can we imagine it as like he trips over it or something? Like stuff.
Makes a dexterity saving throw.
I refuse to think that Gus did this gracefully.
I know.
With a +5, that's an 8.
Yeah, sure. You totally were like just trying to search this empty room, and is in the dark, and you totally just tripped into some loose stones. And
And maybe that brings attention to it to me, and I'm like, oh, that looks weird. Like
yeah, when the stone is moved away, you see it was covering. There's a tunnel carved out underneath there.
oh lordy.
Oh, great.
So here's the question. Do we leave Floon here and keep going, or do we return Floon and then come back?
Or we can have a couple of us that can actually see in the dark go down that tunnel really quick and just get an idea of what there is. The other 2 stay here with Floon just in case.
Yeah. Or if we clear out the ooze thing first, this area seems pretty safe.
There's an ooze thing. Can we just go? I'm tired of being in here.
I would.
I don't think we can just leave a corrosive ooze thing loose in the city.
Loose in a bad people's hideout? Why not?
It's still under the city. It could make its way up to normal, not bad people.
I look down in the hole. Can I see anything while we're standing here talking about this?
It doesn't get dark. It's just a rough-hewn tunnel that leads north. You'd have to probably jump down in there to see any further.
And actually, I can see. I got a horn.
No.
It's gone.
I had to drop the horn to maintain the bonfire, which I'm still maintaining.
I thought we were bros.
We were, but I'm protecting from ooze. Ooze is
Do
my
you
number
not
one
have a
priority.
torch?
He's gonna have to check now.
I do have a torch, but then I can't have a second weapon.
He also has a candle.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh yeah, you got a candle.
I got to figure out a way to affix that to my head or something.
If you melt the bottom of it with your tinderbox, right, and your
You can
torch,
stick it
you can stick it to your forehead.
I have some weaver's tools. I feel like I should be able to like manufacture some sort of headband thing for you that holds it.
That would be pretty cool.
You're going to look like Doug from the cartoon for when he's Quail.
Yeah.
Man, that's a
those
reference.
that are joining us are born much later than we are. That was a cartoon show on Nickelodeon.
That's bringing me back.
I would say, yeah. I think we need to get out of here. I think we need to get Flynn back. But I really want to know what's down in this tunnel.
Yeah, and there was still another crawl.
It could be more treasure.
And there was still another crawl space that I saw that looked really interesting.
I mean, as far as we know, that they have this whole city is just filled with tunnels. They're probably just interconnecting.
Do we want to give Floon a health potion so he can walk himself, and then we only have to get him back to above ground as opposed to all the way back to a super safe place?
I'm fine with that. I can give him one of these potions. I don't know what they do.
I mean, we're not that far from where.
It was like 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with that. I make sure that Lynn has the coins that I found, and I jump down on them.
Okay. You
Take 40 damage.
and it's easy enough to climb down. It's not super deep. It's maybe like 5 feet down.
Okay.
And there's a small tunnel heading north, at the end of which you can see above you. There's probably a similar like false floor thing that you could move out of the way and try and climb out of.
Sure.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So you go ahead and do that.
Oh no, Night Breeze is not a smart man. Oh no.
And you find yourself in an area with a bunch of barrels.
I cracked the cork on one. Does it smell like wine?
It smells like ale that isn't very good.
Mm.
Anything else?
It's like a beer which was, it's intended to have been aged, and this isn't very old, so that's why it's not very good.
All right. That's fine. I'll leave it be. No.
And at the far end of this room there is a door.
Oh, okay. I'll of course check the door.
Yep, it's not locked.
Open.
Go through. Boop, 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 boop. You see another room. There is a wine rack, and down here there's another. It looks like a bookshelf, but it has wines in it. And there's a wall along here, but this opens up. You can't see line of sight in here yet, but.
I'd grab a bottle of wine at random and throw it in my pack and walk down toward the shelf.
Sure, you're grabbing one of these and then heading down here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be expedient because I realize that we all wanted to get out of here.
There are stairs heading up.
Oh, crap. No, I'm going to go back. That's too far.
Okay. You can add a bottle of wine to your inventory.
All right.
And you just
And
come
I
back.
tell them everything that I saw, and I let them know that I ended at stairs going up. And I'm ready to go whenever they are.
I'm gonna go try and pick up. I'm not very strong, but I think I'm one of the strongest here, so I'm gonna try and pick up Floon.
I give Floon my healing potion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll
Oh.
take that, and he wakes up. He's doesn't say much at first, but he's kind of like just looks around. He sees the. Well, have you moved him much? Where is he at?
No, he's still
You
there.
kind of set him back down. So yeah, he looks at the dead orc, and yeah, he kind of just sits there and kind of looks at it for a bit.
Watch what you do, or you'll be next. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Gus!
And so yeah, he when he notices you, he looks up and he's like, he reintroduces himself. He's like, "Hi, I'm Floon Blegmar, handsomest man in Waterdeep. Pleasure."
Hey! You watch yourself.
And he's still kind of acting pretty weakly, and yeah, he doesn't seem like super responsive to stuff going around, but he looks a lot better having taken that potion. And yeah, he's definitely awake.
So, I mean, I'll probably say, Bloom, we were sent by Volo to find you. So, if you feel like you can walk, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, and he'll look over to you and he smiles. He's like, "Hi, I'm Floon Blegmar, handsomest man in Waterdeep. It's a pleasure."
And I will just be like, "Yeah, you said that," and turn and like walk away.
Floon, do you know anything about the layout of this place, or is there an exit from here back to?
And so it's
Back
kind of
to
like
the city.
every time someone addresses him, it's like he's meeting you for the first time, and he keeps like that's his line when he meets someone, and he keeps repeating that.
Oh Lord.
It's like he doesn't remember having seen you a moment ago.
It's like 51st dates.
All right.
I'm walking back to where I know, like, away from this guy. And just assuming that they will shush him along. We'll follow.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. This guy's even too much for me.
So which way are we going?
You said that those other 2 potions look just like the ones that we already have.
They're all healing potions.
All right, I'd take one of mine for myself as well, and
Yep.
put the other one back in my pouch
Sure.
or bag, whatever I have. Is it just a regular healing potion?
Yes.
Cool.
It is. I can.
I mean, we have to imagine if there's anything that's useful or important here, that it'll be emptied out by the time we come back, considering we've...
It's 2d4 plus
Made a
2.
mess.
2d4?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not doing so hot. I've got 4.
Floon, what were you doing hanging out at, what was that place? The Spewing Dragon? What?
The skewered dragon.
Skewered Dragon, yeah.
Yeah. So
What were you doing there?
So you ask him that, and he thinks about it for a minute, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Floon Blagmar, handsomest man in Waterdeep."
Oh,
Pleasure to
crap.
meet
Let's go.
Alright, were you kicked in the head?
Hi, I'm Floon Blackmar.
Yeah, he either looks confused, or he doesn't respond, or he introduces himself again. Those are
Can
kind
you
of.
walk?
If you'd like to reach out and help him up, he'll stand up. But like
You see-
as you're like reaching down, he'll like grab your hand to like stand up as he introduces himself again.
Hey, Floon, if you want to be super safe getting out of here, you're going to want to follow her. Stay close.
And he looks over to her and introduces himself to her.
No, I am like 30 feet away from him. I
okay.
am so far,
Oh, okay, then
so
yeah.
far
If
away
you're
from this man.
if you're far away, then he'll kind of like look over and just kind of look wave.
I'm literally like, I'm just no acknowledgement of his existence and continuing on my way.
So you kind of get the feeling that something's not right with him.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really know this, but he's been hanging out with a mind flayer and an intellect devourer.
And an
For
intellect
days.
devourer.
So
Let's get him back to Volo.
Yeah, so which way are we going? So what was on the other side, Nightbreeze?
I found some crappy ale that probably needs to sit there for about another 10 years. And then some wine, if you're into that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of wine. And then there's a staircase that went back up. I hand Gus the wine and say, you can keep it.
Thank you. And I pop it in my bag.
But
Do
I
we
found some
think-
staircases went back up, and that's kind of where I called it stops because I was getting too far away.
Do we
I
think
know.
that might be a cleaner way up and out?
Okay, so I have myself, like Michael, has the feeling that those stairs lead to the room that ooze was in, based on just topography. But would Nightbreeze know that, DM, or would he feel that way as well?
that the stairs in the wine room lead to the ooze. Make an
All the
intelligence
ups
check.
and downs.
Well, make
even
a survival check
okay,
for like navigation.
survival. That would be. So let's see if it's minus. You never know. That's a 17.
17. You can just kind of from the hallway you came from versus where that passage is. You know that passage is further to the west, and you didn't see any places where they connect. So they might be nearer to each other, but you don't see how the ooze could get between those two spaces.
Okay. But I don't know if it would be a cleaner way out or or what else it was, but I
And
realized
you also know
got-
like the ooze was downstairs from where you are now.
Yeah, so
And
those stairs are up.
That was heading up.
Yeah, so you would know that we went upstairs to get to where we are, and then you dropped down not as far as those stairs were, because those were 5 to 7 feet of stairs, and
Yeah, that's true.
not far down.
But
Yes,
then you also
I don't
climbed
know if it's
up
gonna be
into
a
that
reality.
other
And
one.
what you're describing sounds like somebody's cellar basement.
Do we want to go back that way, or do we want to go the way we came?
Then I'll also I'll let Gus and Nightbreeze make a perception check.
15.
13.
Just on that bottle of wine, it has a label that says Peabody's.
Can you repeat that?
That your bottle of wine, it has a label that says Peabody's. I'll say you just took note of that when you got it. It doesn't necessarily mean anything to you. There's lots of brands of wine in Waterdeep. It's not particularly one you've heard of, but
I mean, if you think it might be a cleaner way out, then like let's go for it. I'm not really
I mean,
trudging back through.
well, we know where we've been, but we don't know where we're going. So sometimes the adventure lies in what we don't know instead of what we do know.
We're here
Well,
for
it's the
adventure,
way
right,
out,
Gus?
and it's probably quicker.
Yeah, and there'll be stairs instead of sewage for you.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with
You can walk.
Cologne?
Yeah, Gus, why don't you just take them under the arm and you guys can have a leisurely stroll?
Yeah.
He's
You're
gonna
the
get walk.
handsomest men in all of Waterdeep.
I do need him next to me. It makes me look better.
If that's what you believe.
I just hope in that moment Floon reasserts that he's the handsomest man in
yeah,
Waterdeep.
that's like his line he uses when he introduces himself to people. But he just keeps reintroducing himself to you guys.
Like, he may have no intelligence left, but on the idea of Gus insinuating that he is not the handsomest man, he must reassert.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll like take my braids and kind of lower them over my ears a little bit.
All
Dull
right.
them out of it.
Hey, Floon. That's Lynn. Have you introduced yourself to her yet?
Oh, she's gonna
I will give you like
stab you.
a look like I
He will totally take the bait
Rip
and
your head off.
do what you expect him to do.
Lynn, looks like you got a fan.
no. I am like, where was this place? Where like
Are you gonna take off? Are you gonna take off down the
Yes.
path?
yes.
I'll go right back to the hole and I'll jump down.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out my fork of bees and I'm gonna send them at Gus and make them. They're not gonna attack, but they're gonna swarm in his face and bomb him for that. And I'll give him a face like.
Gus, you have a swarm of bees around your head. So are you gonna like swipe at them?
Yeah, I'm doing this.
I'll have you make an attack roll for like an unarmed strike.
It's the bees.
It'd be strength modifier.
I will say it's coming full circle because according to our Twitch chat, what was found on Floon by Gus was his EpiPen.
Is it 15?
A 15. Let me see if I can find the actual stat block real quick.
Bees ACs is like 12.
Also, when you do that, you're supposed to yell bees.
I think she probably would.
I probably said bees
Oh,
like that.
what was your roll?
Damn it at you.
15.
15, that's a hit.
If you hurt my bees, I will be so mad.
Well, you threw them at me.
So that's what is that? Look, 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
The swarm takes 1 point of damage. I'll say 1 bee falls.
There on one single
That's
bee.
fine.
And they also stir up. They didn't like the commotion, so they are now
I just say,
angrily buzzing around you.
Dan, you grab Gus and Floon. I take Lynn by the arm gently and say, "Let's get out of here."
Seeing that, I yell to Lynn and I say, I deserve that.
And I will I think I will whisper under my breath for the bees to come back to me if I hear him like apologize or whatever, I'll be like, I'll call them off, but like under my breath. So.
Okay, yeah, they can come follow you. So yeah, it's easy enough to get down back to the other room, the stairs.
Okay.
Floon, you can guide him along, and he will. You can get him to come with you, but it's slow.
Can we get him to stop talking?
He will continue to basically anytime something distracts him and he looks away and looks back at you, it's like he's meeting you for the first time. There's a lot
There's
of
no stopping him.
introductions.
I'm gonna stay there with him. Try to keep him back from the group to be a little less annoying. But every time he says that to me, I chuckle and say, "No, that's not true."
You're literally staying with him so that you can be a jerk.
Yeah. So you guys make it all up here. Who's heading up the stairs first?
I'll lead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab another bottle of wine since I gave my bottle away.
Sure.
I'll be behind him.
And there is a door at the top of the stairs.
I'm gonna listen at the door.
You don't hear much. There is some movement, like there's people up there, but it's hard to tell anything specific.
Is the door locked?
You can try it.
Yeah, I try it.
Yeah, it's not locked.
Okay, go ahead and open the door.
You open the door, and you appear to be in just like a residential kitchen.
Okay,
What's to do with all these kitchens?
let's go ahead and try to find a way out.
These stairs do continue further than this. They're a little bit taller, so just
There's like a long stairwell that goes up, like
Yeah.
a dry cellar, basically, a wine cellar.
Yeah.
Exactly what that room is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Try to find a way out.
I was gonna flip your map here because we're not in there anymore. Yeah. Walking around, you move into another room, and there is seems like you're in a house, and you encounter several halflings, and
Sweet.
they
My
see you,
favorite. Not full length.
and
but-
they are immediately alarmed. Like, what are you doing in our house? And so yeah, someone will. One of them will stand up and say that to you.
Because your house has a secret entrance to an underground thieving ring base.
Have you ever read the book Goonies? No? Okay, sorry. We got lost. We got sidetracked. Part of my interruption. I would pull out one gold coin and put it on the table, which is one of my last ones I have left. And
make a persuasion check with advantage.
Yes. First roll is a 14. Second roll is not a 14. It is much worse. 14. So persuasion.
Yes.
15.
15. So they'll kind of stand down. They're like, what? What's in our basement? Why are you here?
It's a really long story. I've already interrupted and taken up too much of your time. Me and my friends, we're gonna get out of your way. Take this as a way of saying we're sorry. We'll be out of your hair in just a second.
Well, how did you get here?
It too long of a story, and I walk away.
So they're a little bit agitated with that.
Good. They should be.
Is anyone else like interacting with them?
I whisper into Floon's ear, these people haven't met you before.
Yeah, and when he comes up and sees them, he'll come up and like try and shake their hand. Like, hi, I'm Floon Blegmar, handsomest man in Waterdeep. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. And
How do they react?
yeah, everyone is super confused, and at least one of them is just like angry, like, who are all you people in my house?
So is us not being able to just like continue walking by not working?
Well, they're at least one of them is just insisting, like, why are you in my house? And they are.
We came out of the basement because there's a secret entrance to a thief base in your basement.
You've got one amazing wine cellar.
And they're confused. Go make another persuasion check.
Which one of us?
Dan, because you actually were forthcoming with information.
Gotcha. So it's a persuasion check?
Yeah.
Hey, something I'm actually good at. 17.
Something's like, wait, really?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
And
We
so-
didn't just magically pop here. I'm not that good.
So yeah, just by your presence, they're like, well, we need to seal that up. What? There's a thieves
Yeah.
guild in our basement?
Yeah, you should probably do that. Maybe report it to the police. Tell the police they should go investigate it, and you can feel free to tell them that this wonderful band of adventurers have saved you from the evil things that were trying to attack you through.
So like, we are gonna go to the watch, and we'll figure this out. But thank you.
Yes, there's only one danger that we're aware of still on the other side of the tunnel, and it's a corrosive ooze. So you might want to get the police on that ASAP.
And then yeah, so you see some of the children, the halfling children there are like what? And they're like whispering to each other. But yeah, one of the other halflings has left already, presumably to go get the city watch like right now.
It's,
Is my gold coin still on the table?
Yeah.
I say, and you know what? For our troubles, we'll take this as payment. And I grab the gold coin and I walk out the door.
I go, this is great. Remember, his name is Gus.
And at this point, Floon is going to introduce himself again.
Of course he is. I love the mechanic of Floon doing that.
Before I leave with Floon in tow, I say, when you speak with the City Watch, just make sure you let them know that Gus Talmost sent you. And if they have any questions, they can reach out to me.
Okay, yeah, they will be very attentive at who to blame for this intrusion.
It's fine.
Notice the only name I gave him was Gus.
That's absolutely fine. I can talk my way out of everything.
Take this moment to be like, be safe. Remember, keep everyone away from your basement. Clear it off, and you're welcome. We will continue to keep you safe. And then I'm just gonna try and like walk out.
Walk out and get our
Hold
bearings.
on. My cape is billowing. It is super billowing right now.
Okay, yeah, you've successfully concluded your awkward conversation with this family of halflings.
Yay.
And you find yourself back out on the street. I have to find it. I've got a good index here. So I should be able to find it quickly. There you go. You find yourself out on Fishgut Alley in the Dock Ward. And you want to take a quick break here?
Yeah.
Sure.
You've
Yeah.
exited the sewers with Floon, so that's a
Woohoo!
good
You've
objective.
successfully done a thing.
Can we say that we travel towards the yawning portal during our break?
Well, you have a cart
I was
sitting.
gonna say, I forget where I left the cart.
It's up by Filet Lane, isn't it?
You guys are here. There it is, and your cart is over here.
Oh yeah, we go get. Can we?
Yeah.
We want to say that during break that we got our cart and started moving towards the yawning portal,
Yep.
or do you have things for us between now and then?
We can say you start traveling. If anything comes up, I'll let you know.
Yeah, because it's reasonable for us to head towards the cart, get Floon into
It
it.
is. It is slow going over to the cart as Floon meets every person you pass along the way.
Is Floon easily distracted right now?
He's very easily distracted.
Is there any
No.
chance I can like dancing lights juggle to keep his attention away from people that he's walking by, keep him on me while trying to lead him like a small child forward?
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of a wash because sometimes it does prevent him from noticing someone. But
Sometimes.
other times where he is introducing himself, he gets distracted and then starts over.
I tried.
Yeah, and people are giving him strange looks, and it is interesting walking with him down the way of the dragon.
That is unfortunate. Well, let's
But-
take 10 while the travel starts, I guess.
Yep.
I gotta
alright.
figure out how to brainwash him.
think
Into
your
being
job
the
has
second most attractive man?
already happened. All right, taking a break. See you guys in a bit. All right, I think we're back. Yep, everything looks good. All right. You guys have just rescued Floon from the sewers and made your way back to your mode of transportation and have started heading back towards the yawning portal. And yeah, Floon is continuing to introduce himself. Is it when you get to the cart, he introduces himself to one of the horses? But
I feel like the horses are probably the most receptive to him. Like,
they're like,
every
oh,
time
he is
we-
handsome.
I remind him that he's actually the second.
Yeah, every time you try to like talk to him right after he introduces himself, he just kind of gets confused.
It's better than nothing.
So you're not even sure if he's like receiving what you are
So,
trying to say.
so Lynn, how's that going with every single time one I'm the prettiest, the other one goes, no, I'm the prettiest.
I am trying so hard to focus all my energy, like blocking them out, and just focusing on the street.
Yeah. You can head back up. I guess I'm assuming you're going to the Way of the Dragon. You can either cut over Net Street or Fillet Lane to get back to Snail Street. Doesn't really matter either way. You head back up Snail Street. Your familiar marching grounds as of late. Past couple days. And you make it to Rain Run Street to the Yawning Portal. And again, similar to earlier in the day, there is a lot of traffic on the road. Takes a bit longer than normal to get there. I'd say it was early afternoon when you made it to the hideout. You guys went through it pretty quickly, but then you took a while to investigate afterwards. And then it was pretty slow getting Floon out of there. And then dealing with the halflings and getting to the cart.
Have I missed my date yet?
I'd say you're about to.
Mm.
Let's say maybe by the time you get here back to the Yawning Portal, it might be like 4 o'clock. Lots of just finagling and traveling. But yeah, you arrive to the Yawning Portal. It is at least as busy as it was when you were here earlier this day. There's people, crowded room, but as soon as you walk in, you see Volo stand up from a booth, and he comes and when he sees Floon walk in, he comes in and like gives him a big hug, and he's like he's very happy, and he like greets each one of you and like gives each one of you a hug.
Hey Volo,
And
bad news.
Right about as you're saying that, Floon introduces himself to Volo, and Volo will like laugh and like ha ha ha, and
that's all he says.
And he's kind of confused at first, but he's like, "Welcome back. I was so worried about you when you didn't come home."
He dumb.
And he'll introduce himself again, and Volo starts to understand. He's like, what happened? And then he kind of like pulls you back over to the table he was at. There's not enough room for all of you to sit, but most of you can squeeze in.
We found him unconscious on the floor in the Xanathar hideout, and there was a half orc there that I just absolutely destroyed. It was epic. But then there was this other thing, kind of looked like this, and he ran away.
If you want to do the same thing, I'll let you do the performance check.
That's a natural 1.
Do I get another chance to try and figure out what he's saying?
Not from a natural 1. He did it even worse this time than
Oh,
before.
Lord.
You're more you like. It's like this is a different description of something, so you're even more confused as
I was
to
like this.
what they encountered.
Why did I have to be in the hallway?
But it disappeared through a wall. The thing, it was like this.
And so Volo actually, like, he has a bag with him. He turns and, like, pulls out a book. It is Volo's Guide to Monsters, and starts flipping through it, trying to think of, like, what this could possibly be.
It had, like, tentacles on its face.
I'll say make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Let me actually look at Volo's Guide to Monsters. Let me pull it actually out, but I'm pretty sure there's mind flayers in it.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah,
I think there's like a
I'm pretty
whole
sure there as
chapter on mind flayers actually.
There is.
172.
Yep.
Volo, it's on page 172 of your
Oh, yeah.
guide.
Yeah, there's a chapter, Mind Flayer, Scourge of Worlds, and when he gets there, you see a picture of the thing you saw, and you can point at it. Well, actually, that chapter doesn't have that.
See, it's like
picture.
this.
And you're like, see, Dan?
How did you guys not get it? It's like when you play charades and you think it's completely obvious, but what you're doing makes no sense.
Steven, 171, there's a picture.
Sure. Is it just at its stack block?
Uh,
Yeah, whichever. It doesn't matter what page it's on. You find a picture of a mind flayer, and you can point at it, and this is what we saw. And so, Dan, you light up. You know, you probably haven't encountered one, but you at least have heard about these things in the Underdark.
That's what we saw.
Yeah, it looked pretty much like that, except instead of holding a book, it was holding a brain with legs. And so,
Yeah, so I'm going to lightly freak out a touch, because I would, to your point, I've almost certainly never actually encountered one, but I have definitely heard of them, as nothing in the Underdark is a stranger to them.
Volo takes a big sip from his drink. He doesn't seem to be drinking ale. This is something a little stronger. And his face kind of turns white with seeing that this was a mind flare. And he just keeps looking at Floon as like trying to like kind of assess how he's doing. And Floon is kind of already not paying attention. He's going up to other patrons here and introducing himself, and kind of just having fun.
Hey, Volo, when you get his mind right, can you fix the thing he keeps saying? Because it's incorrect, and it's bad for him.
And so he's
Oh my god.
he's just kind of like going through his mind like options of like what's wrong with him, like what could we do to help him.
Would I have any insight into what particularly might have happened to him, or anything that could possibly be done to help him?
Yeah, knowing that Mind Flayer was involved, they have strong mental capabilities, and it could have been any number of things they could do to mess with his mind. But yeah, I think you haven't had direct experience with it.
Okay.
I'm just checking something real quick. Yeah, Volo is a spellcaster, but not high enough level to know anything about how to deal with this. So he's Volo's gonna suggest that we take him to one of the temples and have them look him over.
Should we square up before we do any more?
Oh, you have done a great service. You've brought him back, and I think we can do something to help him. Um, so, but I confess I've got but few coins to spare. I've not received my payment. But before you go any further, never let it be said that Volo reneges on a promise. Allow me to present you something much more valuable. And he has a bag with him. He's going through it. He pulls out a scroll tube.
I don't want one of your books.
Well, he says,
I already have a book. I just don't know what it says.
It's more than that. This is the deed to a remarkable property right here in Waterdeep. I'll give it to you. It's worth way more than whatever I promised you in gold. We will need a magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership, but I'll once we got Floon right, I'll arrange a meeting, and you can go ahead and inspect the estate and deem it satisfactory. But I think you will be very happy with this arrangement.
I turn to everybody and go, guys, it's a headquarters.
Are we roommates now?
Are you asking me to move in with you guys?
Guys, it's like our own little clubhouse.
On Lynn's behalf, does the estate have grass or a yard?
Or stables?
Or stables?
So yeah, you guys can inspect it. It's and he'll tell you a little bit about it.
Give me.
Yeah, he'll go over and hand you the deed, but it doesn't do any good you just holding it because it's still in Volo's name. But yeah, he'll show it to you. So it's a deed to something called Troll Skull Manor.
Sounds like a lovely estate.
At least it doesn't say Ravenloft.
So I'm gonna say, Gus, roll a history check.
18.
18. You are familiar with Troll Skull Manor. It is a few short blocks from your family's estate.
Oh, so it's in the nice part of town.
So the rest of us can have that new place and you stay with your...
Guys, it's on the Upper West Side.
Yeah, it's a historic building in the North Ward. You know it to be it's an area called Troll Skull Alley, and that is kind of like a nicer miniature version of the market. It's kind of a couple city blocks that are an alley with properties around it. Some of them are residential, some of them are businesses. And inside that alley, different vendors set up to like sell their goods. And it's kind of like a smaller upscale version of what goes on in the market. And Troll Skull Manor, it used to be a tavern, but they closed down a while ago. You probably didn't pay too much attention to that. But yeah, it's a landmark you've seen walking about.
All right. So
is this arrangement agreeable to you? And you would know, you would know that if you accepted this, and then if you wanted to just turn around and sell the property, you'd probably get more than what he promised, because it's property in Waterdeep.
Sounds better than the attic I've been sleeping in.
yeah, well,
I mean, it's not paying for nights at the inn, so.
we'll go take a look at it, but first we probably should get Floon fixed.
Yeah, and yes, he's very anxious to move along. Where are you guys gonna go to deal with that?
To the magistrate.
If
Oh yes, the magistrate can take care of this.
So from when I was traveling around the city trying to find temples that might help support me creating a temple to my goddess, would I have run into somebody that from a religion perspective I would know may be good at healing stuff, that sort of thing?
so
Any
have
particular
you?
just followers?
How much have you researched the other temples in Waterdeep? I know you found some reception at the plinth, but have you, like, there are other temples that are just dedicated to specific gods. Have you researched any of them at all, or have you kind of stayed away from them?
Not stayed away, and not as much research as much as like tried to talk to them to see if they would be helping support a temple for my goddess or inviting our followers as of course I found the one that allows everybody, so that's my general church.
Yeah, so a lot of these places, like, they're in Waterdeep, and there's tons of temples in Waterdeep, so they're at least tolerant of each other.
Yeah.
Different faiths to different gods coexisting in the same place. But yeah, there's a bunch of temples. Gus has been here for a while. He's at least aware of all the temples that exist. And Volo might. I'm trying to see if there's one that's like nearby that makes sense.
What about my deity, Helm?
Helm has Helm's Hold, I believe it's called. Helm's Hall. They are not as much known for healing, but they are known for combat, and with a lot of combat comes some healing, but that's more of like physical. It's hard to know if they would be able to easily handle a mental issue like this.
Yeah, we don't do much with the arcane arts.
So if there's no better idea, Volo would say, let's head to the Spires of the Morning. That is the local temple to Lathander. And if that fails, they could head to the Font of Knowledge, which is the temple to Ogma. And if they can't help, they would at least know where to go from there. So he'll make that suggestion to try to help Flume.
Sounds good.
And I'll say Gus would probably also know about. There is the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians, but again, they're probably more about like physical damage repair. And not so much this arcane stuff. So yeah, if there's no other ideas or suggestions, that's what Volo would.
Yeah, I guess we. Yeah,
I'm not
kind of follow Volo.
I'm not familiar with the arcane arts that much, so I would have no recommendation.
Yeah, I say you are aware of the Spires of the Morning. It's a pretty prominent landmark. It's over in the Sea Ward. Alright, so yeah, you'll have to kind of like wrangle Floon as he's introducing himself to everyone on the way out of the bar. But yeah, you can head back out, and Volo's coming with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we still stink?
You do. You've had lots of kind of looks from the people around you, but it's been really busy. People are kind of doing their own thing. They're drinking their drinks, so it's not been as much of a public nuisance as you might feel that you are. But yeah.
Should we take a moment just to clean up?
I mean, Volo is not concerned about that. He's concerned about Flume, so.
Can Volo prestidigitate?
Let's see if he can. I don't. He can. So yeah, he will go ahead and do that.
Sweet, because
good call.
I can't be seen looking like this all the time.
Yeah. Yep. He can clean you all up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, Volo.
Thank you, Volo.
And yeah, if I had read that on his spell list, he would have just done that from the beginning.
The second he smelled us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
it's quite literally the least you could do.
I kind of feel like prestidigitation is.
Oh, your audio cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh, did I? Is it back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like prestidigitation is that thing that anytime something offends the senses of a wizard, they just immediately start casting prestidigitation in that direction, hoping it fixes it.
so you are at the yawning portal, and you're gonna. Oh, the road's gone. Yeah, you're gonna head back out to Snail Street as the easiest way, especially in the crowds here. Head back up Snail Street. You're probably gonna turn left onto Waterdeep Way, and you'll avoid going past the castle. And head up instead. What's the name of this road? Street of Silver. Just to avoid some of the crowds. But yeah, this is pretty slow moving. Like it's not a ton of distance, but there's just so many people in the city. Yeah, it slows to a crawl when you get to Bazaar Street around the market. But yeah, you make your way over, and you'll head up Calamister Lane, and make your way to the Spires of the Morning. Yeah, there's no, other than just being slow and dealing with other traffic and people, no other issues from travel. Is there anything else you wanted to do on your way here?
No, I'm focusing on trying to help Volo get Floon to that place to help him.
Still kind of entertaining him while he introduces himself.
As best I
would
can.
have stopped probably by the market to see if I could pawn off these weapons.
You would.
Okay, so you're leaving the party?
I mean, we're going right by it, right? So I could just yell and catch up. Be like, yeah, I'll catch right up, guys.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Here in the Spires of the Morning, you find it's a 3-story building. It's very ornate. It's obviously a unique structure. It's not like any of the other buildings around. It's not like a template stamp out the same building over and over. This is specifically well designed for this purpose. And it's I'm not sure how else to describe it, but it is frequently considered one of Waterdeep's most beautiful temples. And so you are here.
All right, so
there's plenty of people around in the streets and going in and out. There are open doors, and I see just people hanging out, people inside. Lots of people in robes, probably priests of Lathander.
Yes, I would kind of unabashedly approach one of the priests and tell them we have someone who's injured, quite possibly by.
And as you're saying that, you're interrupted by Floon introducing himself.
Of course, I go, this guy. Something has happened to his head. This sounds crazy, but there might have been a mind flare involved, and we're looking to try and get him some sort of help.
So there's a human priest there, and she like greets Floon and here's your story, and she kind of just reaches out and touches Floon on his shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, well, I think we can help him. Just hold on one moment." And she walks in, and she kind of just goes inside and disappears for a minute. Is everyone else just hanging out in the cart, or I assume you took the cart here?
Yeah.
Almost.
I'll probably just wait with the horses if they're just at the step.
Sure. Yeah, I have no desire to go into the building.
And I'll be doing the whole, hey, Floon, see, you're gonna be just fine, but and I know he's not gonna respond with anything other than himself.
Yeah, he's
still gonna be like, "You're good, man."
He continues to assert how he's the handsomest man in Waterdeep.
Yes, you are.
Despite
absolutely
all of Gus's efforts,
hands down, the most attractive man in Waterdeep.
Actually, while they're in there,
I hope Gus heard that.
I would hand Lynn the book.
You said the market
off the ogre to see if she could tell me more about it.
Oh, okay.
You seem smart. You can probably read better than I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cover is just it's a pretty thick book. It has a leather cover that's just kind of blank. Opening it,
Mhm.
it's a language you don't quite recognize, and
Okay.
you kind of looking at it, you're not even sure if it is a language. It's kind of a bunch of symbols. You've maybe seen some of these in related to different kinds of magic,
Oh.
but yeah, you can't really read it. But yeah, it's kind of page after page of these symbols.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, I'll pretty much say I'm not really sure. This doesn't seem like a language. It looks like magic.
Oh, well, it's got to be worth something to somebody, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, Volo's up there with you, waiting with Flynn.
Yep.
Yep, it doesn't take long until the priest comes back with two more priests, and one of them takes Flynn by the hand and kind of like ushers him in, and like guides him in while he's introducing himself. And another comes and like greets you guys like, "Hello, welcome to the Spires of the Morning. I see we have some restoration services we're gonna perform for you today." And he's like he'll like hold up a holy symbol he has around his neck, and he's like, "All praise to the Morning Lord." And he's kind of like looking at you and like expecting you to like respond.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for the help here. As we have, an injured man here, and of course, you all are kind enough to offer services to help.
And so yeah, he kind of pauses for a moment, and he looks both between you and Volo, and he's like, "Well, we do offer these services, but it does take a substantial effort to keep our temple running, and we will ask for a donation for completing these services."
And it's the tithe jar time.
Yeah. And so this is like the awkward conversation that the priests always have to make with their guests who are actually customers,
Of course,
but
yeah.
trying to make it not appear that way.
Yes. What is a helpful donation from such destitute folks as us?
So from what we've seen, this is a pretty severe condition that he has, and we're confident that the Morning Lord will guide him to a complete restoration. But in order to proceed, there are some material components that we need that do cost quite a bit, and just our staff here needs to be compensated for their efforts. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a temple. So altogether, to cover the costs and payment, it's going to be 125 gold pieces.
Do you guys need any dishes washed? I do that when I owe people money sometimes. I slept in an attic, man. I don't have 125 gold. And I just look at Volo like Captain Moneybags author here.
Volo is trying to think about how he can get the deed back to offer it to them instead of you guys. And Volo will try to negotiate and say like, well, I can give you 50 gold now, if you can get started and take care of him, and I can continue to. He's trying to like find a way to make like installment plan.
Yeah.
And so they both kind of ignore you, Dan, at this point, and they start to kind of like migrate back into the temple, and they're having a conversation to hammer out the details. But it seems like Volo's gonna be successful at making progress to get something to happen. And there you are, just standing at the front of the temple. There's people around, and they've kind of just left you at this point.
Yeah, just kind of mill about, I guess, in an attempt to blend in.
Yeah. There's all
Probably
kinds of
poorly.
there's like families that come in, just like common people who go in to worship or pay respects. There might be some other people who are coming in to bring in a sick person.
What time is it about now?
Yeah, it's like 4 to 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, did I say it was like 4 o'clock when you were at the?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took probably an hour to get here, even though it's not super far. It's lots of traffic. So yeah, it's probably after 5.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, there's probably worshippers coming out to go about their day, and just the general traffic of a prominent temple in Waterdeep.
What time do the boat races start?
Probably about now.
Decisions.
My goodness.
So we can
This
jump
is
back.
when Gus ditches us to go on a date.
We can jump back to Gus. For brevity, let's start with a investigation check, just to find a weapon vendor.
3.
3. It takes you longer than you would have liked, especially when you're kind of in a hurry, to find someone selling vendors. Like, you go through like meat vendors and clothing vendors and all kinds of wares and anything you could sell before you find someone trading in weapons. But you do find someone, and I'll let you make a persuasion check for trying just to negotiate a sale.
10.
10. Okay, and remind me which.
Persuasion. 1 second. 16.
16. Which were the items you were trying to sell?
The scimitar, crossbow, the mace, and the javelin.
And your persuasion was 10 or
16.
16. For a 16, I will let you go ahead and sell those items for their cost in the player's handbook.
Okay.
And I'll say altogether -1 silver because they're used.
Okay.
Well, so whatever that is, we can figure it out later.
Yep.
But yeah, they'll give you a fair deal.
Sweet. All right. After that, oh man, what am I gonna do?
Because yeah, essentially, most of them are a little bit less than that, but the mace is more because it's fancier, so it works out.
All right. Michael, flip your coin.
Go ahead.
What is it?
Heads.
Heads?
Yeah.
All right. I start working my way down to the boat races at the west gate.
So the west gate is actually north of where you're at.
Okay.
Let's zoom out.
Oh yeah, you'll actually like pass us. It's kind of on the way.
So yeah, you're down here in the market. Let me.
Oh yeah. I would walk
You're
by
down
there.
here in the market in the lower right corner of where the stream is seeing. You guys are at the Spire
Yeah.
of the Morning, which is up here.
I'd be walking down Trader's Way to get over there.
The west gate is up here. It's usually closed in the winter, and it's only open mostly in the summer months. Some fishermen come up to the northern beach, and they call it the Sea's Edge Beach down here, the southern end of the beach. That's usually only open in the middle of the summer for it's a beach that's nice to hang out at.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's not open any other time of year, but they do put like bleacher stands for people to watch the boats go by during Fleet's Wake. So it's kind of the odd non-summer opening of the beach.
While I walk by, I stop very briefly at Spires since I see him out front and say, "I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. I have to be somewhere."
Where do you want to meet?
Where are you guys going to go after this? Are you going to go back to Yawning Portal?
Wherever we need to go to get the deed done, and then our new house.
Yeah.
Well, I have the deed. So how about
Volo has the deed. He showed it to you. But,
Oh, I thought I took it and put it in my bag.
No.
even if you did, it doesn't. It's still his deed. So
Right.
you wouldn't have a
just-
reason to.
Oh, I wanted it for safekeeping.
Okay. And,
he seems sketchy to me.
yeah, I can say he was distracted enough with Floon that you could have taken it and he didn't realize.
Okay, yeah, it's in my bag.
You
I
should
don't trust him.
You should give it to us.
Oh, I'm trustworthy.
No, but that way we can try and deal with the deed while you're off wherever it is that you're going that you're not telling us.
You wanna do the deed without me?
Yes.
Just meet us at the Inn of the Dripping Dagger later. We're gonna go grab dinner after this.
Yeah.
Perfect. Straight, direct. I like it. I will meet you there. And then I'll square up with you guys later. Depends on how much money I have. But if I got enough money, I would be paying you back right now as I pass. Just an FYI. I'll let you know.
I don't think you got 3 golds worth.
Almost certainly not.
Pretty sure you
That's
did.
true. So I'm gonna have to wait until you guys split out what we got from that chest.
What
All
do you
right, none of this happened. I just leave.
mean? From what chest? I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that grass that I see?
There is some grass around this block.
If we are waiting and I see them go inside and I see that like we're like standing here kind of like waiting for Volo to come back out, I will take off my boots and just kind of like be like walking around, like dragging my feet through the grass and just kind of like wandering, kind of like making like lazy like loop circles.
Okay. And how long would you guys wait here outside the temple?
You cut out.
Oh, I was at, how long would you guys just wait here outside the temple? Because it's been a little bit. You haven't heard anything back.
I'd say we'd give him a while.
Yeah.
And then after a while, we'd probably get a little impatient, and I'd look at Dan like, do you want to go back in and see what's going on?
Yeah, like I would probably wait, like try and give them some privacy, some time to work it out. But if it's been half an hour or more, I'd walk back. I'd walk up into the temple and try and find him.
Yeah, by the time Gus got here, because he was walking from the market, it had been at least a half hour by the time he came, and then you chatted with him for a bit.
Okay, yeah. So after Gus leaves, it's going to be like, all right, it's time for me to check on Volo and Floon and see how they're doing.
Okay. So you just kind of walk in?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's several rooms you see. Kind of looks like some prayer rooms. It's very well lit inside. You actually see kind of, even though it's a bit of a gloomy, overcast day, but you walking inside, you do see it like the god rays of like a sunbeam coming down, and you're kind of not sure how that works, but it's brighter in here than it was outside. Yeah.
I'll just start like peeking my head into various rooms, looking around to see if I see Volo, Floon, or any of the priests that I'd talked to.
Yeah, eventually someone else sees you kind of like wandering around and asks like, "Oh, can we help you?"
I'm looking for Volo and his friend Floon, who we brought here for some restoration.
Okay. So he takes you over to another room where there's beds. There's obviously like places where they care for sicker people, and you can go in and you can see there's a bed where Floon is laying and Volo is sitting next to him.
Gotcha. So I'll just kind of like slowly and kind of semi-quietly move my way up next. Be like, hey, is he gonna be okay? Is it working?
When you approach, Floon sits up. He's like, "Hi, I'm Floon Blegmar, handsomest man in Waterdeep."
Handsomest man in Waterdeep. Yeah. Absolutely.
How are you? Who are you?
I am not the handsomest man in Waterdeep, because that's you.
and he gives a little chuckle. He's like, "Haha, obviously." And this is the first time he's like interacted with you.
Oh, I'm Dandriel. I'm part of the group that helped get you out of the nasty place you're at.
And he's like he kind of thinks for a moment, and he's like, thank you. It's like he can't remember being in a nasty place, but he sees you're friendly, and Volo seems to like recognize you, so he kind of like goes along with that.
And we're like, it's okay, Flynn. I don't expect you to remember. If anything, you should probably just resting, because resting is usually what you tell people to do when they've been sick or injured.
And Volo will say like, yeah, he needs to rest a bit, but he's expected to make a full recovery.
It's like he's already way better. That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Great. So is there anything else that you need from us, Volo, or anything else we can do to help?
It's like, well, you've done so much for me and for Floon here. It's really great to have your assistance. Go take a look. Go take a look at the property. I think you will really like it, and we'll set up the transaction.
Okay.
And he'll follow you out.
Yeah. So I'll kind of make it back to the group. As soon as I get back to, well, actually, let's see. Lynn's probably off playing in the.
I'm close by.
I'm asleep in the cart.
You're
I'm
asleep
like
in the cart.
meandering, like kind of like just kind of like walking.
So as I come back, not so quietly, like, hey guys, Floon's already doing better. He started off by telling you he was the most handsome man in Waterdeep, but then had other things to say.
He has other things to say.
That's good.
None of them as important as the fact that he's the most handsome. But he did have other things to say.
And you did notice when he's feeling a little better, he was a very handsome man.
Very handsome man. Definitely more handsome than Gus.
I mean, you can decide that for yourself.
I would say my character will always say that he's more handsome than Gus, if only to upset.
And yeah, when Volo comes out, and he'll thank all of you again, and he'll say his salutations, and he'll make his own way out to wherever he's going.
I would quickly ask Volo if we're going to look at the property. Do we want to try to meet tomorrow? Transaction agree?
Absolutely. I'm gonna be back at the Yawning Portal, so find me
You're
there.
going to be here at the Yawning Portal?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. So, do you guys want to swing by and see the property before we have dinner, or do we wait until Gus is back?
I'm starving.
Yeah, I say let's go eat.
Let's go get food then.
It's been a long day.
It has. So yeah, off to the Dripping Dagger for dinner.
Yep.
All right, you guys head back. Do we want to wrap there for now, or is there anything else you want to resolve? Because Gus is doing his own adventure.
Charisma and Constitution check. Go.
Persuasion?
I think we can divvy up the spoils later. I don't think there's anything else we would want to do.
Yeah, we can figure that out.
26 gold split 3 ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Makes the math really easy.
Yeah, no, I think we just head back, have dinner.
Yeah, you probably head back. Jolthun Street might be a little bit quicker than going past the market again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You might recognize a block where you attended a dinner party.
Mm.
That was up here.
It's where we all met. Aw.
And head back to the high
It's
road.
our 40th anniversary.
Easy enough to get back to the end of the Dripping Dagger.
Yeah.
Alright. Good game, guys.
Sweet. We successfully did things.
When we return next time, you can all be level 2.
Level 22? Got it.
Level 2! I get sorcery.
Me too.
I get more hit points.
That's going to be helpful.
So what I'll give you this mechanic for hit points. Just roll your hit die plus your constitution.
Yep.
But if you roll a 1, that's a real bummer. And it's a bummer that sits with your character for the rest of its life. So what I'm going to say is if you roll a 1, you can either choose to re-roll and live with whatever the second roll is, or you can just take the average points that the player's handbook tells you.
Nice.
So
What is my hit die?
if you roll a 2, you're stuck with it. Sorry, you rolled a 2.
Yeah,
But
that's what it is.
My hit die is a D10. I want to roll it right now.
Okay.
Why not?
yeah,
I'm doing it.
I'll just give
What
you
is
some.
it? Hit die plus 2?
It's your hit die plus your Constitution modifier.
Oh, plus Constitution. Okay.
Right? Is that's right?
Yeah.
Other people who know what they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
+2. Yeah.
Where's my Constitution modifier? +2. Okay.
7 + 2.
Here we go.
What is my hit die?
I'll take a 10 all day on a D10.
The D6.
Nice.
All right.
Where do I find my hit die?
And it's a 1. I'm really glad that you roll. Okay, so do I?
It's on. If you go into the character builder under class.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, or at level 1, it's subtract your current Constitution modifier from your health pool. That's going to be the die. Because level 1 HP is maximum roll in the die plus.
Okay.
All right, so I rolled a 1 on the first. So do I risk it and roll?
Risk it, biscuit.
Dandriel's a gambler. He's re-rolling. All right, this could end badly. 4. I'll take it.
Hey, 4 on a 6.
Yeah, it's not
That's
bad.
good.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, I'm done. That's all I had to do was add hit points.
All right. Thanks
Ooh.
everyone who was watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.